everyone, as we wait for the others to settle into the Zoom room, we would like to be reminded of the following ground rules for today's webinar. First, kindly mute your microphones while you're not speaking, and please unmute yourself and speak only when given the chance. Second, you may switch on your camera during the webinar, but you may also opt to switch off your video in case you face bandwidth issues. Third, just a reminder that the Zoom meeting will be recorded and live streamed on Facebook and YouTube Live. Kindly leave the Zoom meeting if you do not give your consent to this. And lastly, please keep the questions relevant to the topic. You may direct your questions to the Q&A portion or feature in the Zoom. For those following in the live stream, you may also send in your questions through the comments section. We will begin shortly. Hello again, everyone. And we would like to once again remind you guys of the following ground rules for this webinar. First, kindly mute your microphones while you're not speaking. Please unmute yourself and speak only when given the chance. Second, you may switch on your camera during the webinar, but you may also opt to switch off your video in case you face bandwidth issues. Third, just a reminder that the Zoom meeting will be recorded and live streamed. Kindly leave the Zoom meeting if you do not give your consent to this. And lastly, please keep the questions relevant to the topic. You may direct your questions through the Q&A feature in the Zoom. And for those following in the live stream, you may also send in your questions through the comments section. Thank you so much. We will begin shortly. afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Chapter's NutriTalk 2023, entitled To Eat or Not to Eat, a webinar on healthy eating and nutritional psychology. I am Althea.
And I am Denver, and we are your hosts for this afternoon. Today's event aims to equip us with the knowledge and skills to uphold health giving dietary practices in the midst of the busyness and stress of our day to day lives.
That is right, Denver, and I'm sure everybody is excited to hear and learn from our esteemed speakers, whom we will be introducing to you all very soon. But before that, we would like to thank our partners for joining us in making this event possible.
This event is co presented by Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Omega Chapter, Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Pi Chapter, Philippine Association of Nutrition Beta Zeta Chapter, and UP Society for Hotel and Restaurant Progress.
Also brought to you by the UP Medical Students for Social Responsibility, UP Business Management Society, Mesa Filipino Modern Restaurant, UP Town Center, and with special thanks to the University of the Philippines Academic League of Chemical Engineering Students, Alpha Phi Omega Philippines Incorporated Omicron Chapter, UP Biological Sciences Society, and UP Behavioral Science Society.
Thank you once again to our partners for showing their support for our event today. Now let us formally begin NutriTalk 2023 as we are welcomed by our very own project co-head, Ms. Andy Sarmiento with the opening remarks. Let us all give Ms. Sarmiento a round of virtual applause.
Good afternoon, everyone, especially to our esteemed speakers, Pan Alpha members and applicants, and our participants that are here with us both in the Zoom meeting and through our live stream. After a very long 2020 to 2022 due to the pandemic, we have finally regained a sense of normalcy and are back to constant face-to-face classes and activities. As much as we love seeing our peers more often, we can't deny the fact that our new schedules tend to bring upon fatigue and even affect portions of our lifestyle. This includes finding the right time in between classes to eat, but also choosing meals that are both nutritious and affordable. In this regard, Pan Alpha organizes this event with the theme being To Eat or Not to Eat, Healthy Eating and Nutritional Psychology. In just a few moments, all of you will be able to meet and listen to our remarkable speakers that will provide us with what it truly means to be eating healthily, as well as introduce new ideas regarding nutritional psychology. We hope that through them, each and every one of you will be able to gain new knowledge, which will benefit not only yourself, but your friends and family members as well. With that being said, I formally welcome you all to NutriTalk 2023. I hope that you're all excited, as much as we are, to go through this event filled with important and valuable lessons to be learned, as well as a game or two and the announcement of our very lucky raffle winners. Once again, thank you for being here with us today and taking the time to be a part of NutriTalk 2023. We hope you enjoy!
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Sarmiento, for your wonderful message to start this afternoon. Now, Denver, I'd like to ask you about the ongoing semester. How have you been doing so far?
Actually, it's been really difficult with the amount of academic workload na nagpa-pile up. You know, sleepless nights, countless cups of coffee, and a lot of instant food here and there.
I totally relate to that, Denver. But fortunately, we are joined today by the best person who can help us cope with life stressors through the diet and tell us more about healthy eating.
Yes, so to introduce our first speaker, she is a registered nutritionist dietitian who completed her Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics at the University of Santo Tomas in 2017. That same year, she also successfully passed the licensure exams for nutritionist dietitians, solidifying her professional qualifications. Throughout her career, she has gained valuable experience in the field as she has spent 4 years as a claims supervisor at an HMO-based cooperative. Prior to that, she also worked as a therapeutic staff dietitian at two private hospitals for a period of 10 months, where she learned about clinical and therapeutic nutrition and thoroughly practiced the nutrition care process. During this time, she was frequently invited to speak at health awareness webinars organized by partner cooperatives and other third-party companies and events. Her presentations covered a range of topics including obesity, mindful eating, healthy lifestyle, and other health and nutrition-related subjects. At present, she is a dedicated full-time freelance online nutrition coach and resource speaker for several events and public engagements, such as in TV shows or consultancy services. Her mission is to support working adults in adopting a healthier lifestyle through holistic changes such as providing proper nutrition education and promoting mindful eating habits. She empowers her clients to make sustainable transformations, such as making healthier choices and encouraging consistent behavior adjustments to achieve overall lifestyle changes that foster long term health and wellness. Without further ado, let us welcome our first speaker, Miss Beatrice Joy C. Fuertes. Let us all give her a warm round of virtual applause.
Hi, good afternoon. Is my audio clear? Okay, is my audio clear pa? Check na po. Yeah.
Yes po.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, yes, thank you po pala Pan Omega, yeah, Pan Alpha Omega chapter for inviting me in this awesome webinar with you guys. So anyway, today I will be discussing with you how to stay strong and stay healthy, to start strong and to stay healthy into transforming your lifestyle with 10 easy steps that you can do on your own. Okay, so anyway, shall we move on to the next slide? Okay, so first, let's start with the question. Agree or disagree? The hardest part in living a healthy lifestyle or sustainable healthy lifestyle is simply starting out. So do you agree or do you disagree? I want to see your answers in the comments. Okay, so do you all agree? Now, starting out is the hardest, or is it following through is the hardest? Which part is the hardest for you? Ayan. Okay, so yes, starting out. Oo, tama. Starting out talaga. Starting, yeah, starting. Okay. So anyway, next slide please. So makikita kasi natin, 'di ba? When we start something, akala lang natin na hard work lang siya, tapos makakarating na tayo sa success. These are what some people preach na parang ang dali-dali lang maging successful overnight, which is hindi naman talaga dapat. This happens because maybe they're privileged enough, meron silang enough resources to begin with, and talagang aware na sila, merong nag-guide sa kanila to start with this kind of process and to be successful agad-agad. So of course, hindi naman siya agad-agad nangyayari. So that's what we think will look like. It's a start, but then hard work lang siya, tapos magiging successful na tayo. But in truth, next slide please, it actually looks like this. So pag nag-start tayo, marami tayong pinagdadaan ng processes, ups and downs, failures and successes, and in between of all of those. So syempre pag nag-start tayo, number one nating mafe-feel is the self-doubt. Of course, syempre di natin alam magsa-start na ba talaga tayo, kaya ko ba ito, mga ganun. And then there will be times where we will experience rejection, relapse, failure, problems, challenges, and all of that. And then out of those mistakes or whatever decisions that we have made during those kinds of days, those hardships, meron tayong marirealize. And marirealize natin dito yung why. Like, bakit ba tayo nagpapatuloy kahit na hirap na tayo? And of course, if we realize our why, ang next niyan is syempre may goals naman tayong gustong marating or gustong ma-achieve. And syempre, with those goals, we will work hard, we will have enough discipline and consistency, and even if we make mistakes along the way, we will be learning from these mistakes and we will be growing from these mistakes. And if ever man na parang talagang nabibeat down na tayo, talagang ayaw na natin, syempre, since we have our why, ang next nating diyang gagawin is to have resiliency. So syempre, hindi naman pwedeng porket nakaranas tayo ng ganitong klaseng rejection, relapse, self-doubt, and everything, yun na lang yun. Syempre, we have to work hard in order to achieve talaga kung ano ba yung goals natin sa buhay. Okay, so next please. Next please, ayan. Okay, so let's have a short survey. Now, kumusta naman ang inyong healthy lifestyle so far? So I want to know your answers in the chat box. So pick a number, saan kayo most relate dito. So number 1, yung healthy lifestyle nyo ba is kaya pa? As in, sige, kaya pa kahit sobrang hirap ng schedule, sobrang daming projects, sobrang daming ganap. Okay, number 2 is I am the epitome of health, as in talagang conscious ka sa kinakain mo. Or number 3, kasi parang sarap kumain, wala ka nang pake kung ano, basta may pagkain tayo, okay tayo. And then number 4 is parang walang ganon. Parang wala ka ng time to even think about yourself or think about your health, ganyan. Now, syempre, number 4 kasi talagang minsan hindi na natin siya naiisip sa dami ng dapat nating gawin. So, minsan we feel like we don't know ano ba yung dapat nating i-prioritize. Is it because of our task, our work, yung school projects ba natin, or talagang hindi natin alam ano ba yung uunahin sa dami ng dapat nating gawin. Okay, so anyway, base sa answers, nakikita ko dito, maraming kinakaya pa. Maraming number 3, masarap kumain, yes. So meron ding mga sumagot na number 2, and yes, congrats dun sa mga sumagot sa number 2. And dun sa number 4, kaya nyo yun. Charot. Okay, so anyway, next please. Okay, so anyway, the question is, do you really want to change your lifestyle? Especially for those na talagang nahihirapan na talaga. And of course, di natin alam, di ba, saan ba talaga tayo magsa-start when it comes to achieving these goals? Ang alam natin is may gusto tayong gawin, but the question is, paano ba natin siya gagawin? Or saan tayo magsisimula para magawa natin siya? Okay, so next please. Okay, so here are the 10 steps that I will be teaching you that you can do for free. Okay, so next step po. Okay, so number 1 is to know your why. So actually, you have to start asking yourself with the 5 W's and the 1 H. So try to ask yourself these questions na. Bakit ba gusto mong mag-change ng lifestyle? Sino ba nag-i-inspire sa'yo? Kailan mo gusto magsimula kung hindi ngayon? Ano yung sa tingin mong benefit nito sa'yo? And ano ba yung, saan mo ba gusto magsimula, or anong nakikita mo in the future if you continue with this one? Or how will you handle itong mga challenges na mararanasan mo along the way? Siyempre, di ba, parang hindi natin alam paano ba siya masisimulan talaga. So, number 1 question is, bakit mo siya gustong gawin? So, it may start shallow, as in yung why natin. It may start like a shallow why na, okay, bakit ba gusto natin mag-lose ng weight? So, ang shallow reason natin is, wala lang, gusto ko lang siya kasi gusto ko maging mas sexy sa pictures ko para Instagrammable, ganon. Okay, so that's one of the shallow whys. But of course, we have to dig deeper. Bakit mo gustong maging sexy sa pictures mo? Maybe because I want to feel confident. I want to feel good about myself. So that's your other why. So let's dig deeper. Now, why do you want to feel confident and all of that? So syempre, another deeper why natin is, syempre, ang reason natin is because maybe we have suffered something like we were body shamed in the past. Meron tayong insecurities that we want to overcome. So yun yung mga reasons bakit natin siya ginagawa. Now, syempre, we're doing this not only for ourselves, but also for our loved ones. For others, yung shallow why nila is, wala, gusto ko lang maging healthy for my family. And then, as we go deeper, tatanungin natin, bakit gusto mo maging healthy? Para hindi sila magkasakit, hindi kami magkasakit, or wala magkasakit sa amin. And then, the deepest why is, yun nga, parang gusto ko silang makasama for a longer time. Kasi syempre, I love my family, so I want to be with them for a longer period. Ayan. So, yan. If ever man na, yun nga, talagang nahihirapan kayo, now this isn't only applicable in nutrition and dieting, this is also applicable in real life. Now, if ever yun nga, nahihirapan kayo, there are days na parang gusto nyo nang sumuko sa mga task natin, ganon, remember your why. So, syempre kasi it may start as a shallow why, but as we dig deeper, talagang meron siyang reason bakit ba natin siya gustong-gustong gawin kahit na ilang beses tayong nakakaranas ng mga setbacks and challenges na or obstacles along the way that makes things so difficult for us. Ayan. So, syempre, number 1 is to know your why. Okay, so next please. Okay, so number 2, since alam mo na yung why mo or parang meron ka ng naisip na why, the next thing you will do is to set your goals. But syempre, ang goals natin should be considered as your SMART goals. So SMART goals, ito yung specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So talagang doable goals siya. Now, if we will be setting SMART goals, make sure na meron siyang long-term and short-term goals. Now, ang long-term goals po kasi natin, ito po yung mga goals that are doable within months, within years, basta yung longer periods of time, of course. Now, in terms of health, one of the goals that we can set is eto nga, for example, gusto niya mag-lose ng 15 kilogram body weight within 6 months and kaya niya siyang gawin through calorie deficit, balanced diet, and regular exercise. Now, it seems easy, pero kung gagawin mo na siya, syempre medyo mahirap. Ayan. So, yun nga. Another example is eto nga, gusto niyang i-lower or i-normalize yung cholesterol levels niya within a year just by maintaining a personalized healthy diet. Magsa-start na siya with their exercise plans and of course to improve their current healthy habits. Of course, parang akala mo madali lang siya tignan pero kung tutuusin, kung i-execute mo na siya, parang ang daming challenges that you will meet along the way. Now, syempre, ito yung talagang kaya natin siyang gawin in a long time. So, kaya nga siya tinawag na milestones po natin. Meanwhile, ang short-term goals naman po, these will serve as our baby steps. So, ayun nga po, ang samples po ng short-term goals is yung mga kayang gawin within a month, within a week, even within an entire day. So basta yung small changes sa lifestyle natin that we can incorporate sa daily routine. Yeah. Like for example, this one, have at least 2 cups of vegetables per meal or at least per day. Ayan. So and do at least 30 minutes of exercise per day. So ayan, parang kaya naman siyang gawin within the day. Now, syempre, ang next goal natin is, sige, try natin siyang gawin every day. Ayan, kakayanin naman. Okay, so another example is ito. Try to limit my intake of fatty, oily, and fried foods to only at least mga 1 to 2 servings in a span of 1 week. So that's enough para ma-lessen or ma-cut yung mga cholesterol na pagkain. Ayan. Now, ito naman dito is to keep track of your mood, healthy habits through my wellness journal. So, syempre, you also have to check on yourself kung kumusta ka na pa. Ayan. Now, if ever talaga na medyo nahihirapan kayo mag-set ng goals, try to get back on your why. So, dun yung malalaman paano ba yung steps na pwede nating gawin, ano ba yung milestones na gusto nating i-achieve, and what are the smaller steps that we can do in order to achieve these milestones. Now, syempre, kailangan consistent din tayo sa SMART goals natin. Now, we can use apps na pwede nating i-download sa phone natin in order to track our daily routine para somehow it keeps us in check. So, we can also find an accountability buddy. So, it can be your best friend, your jowa, your family, your kapatid, ayan. So, anyone else that you trust na pwede kang gawing accountability buddy na parang i-remind ka na, nakapag-workout ka na ba? Nakapag-ganito ka na bang pagkain? Yung mga ganong klaseng habits. So it's for us to be also be responsible sa gusto nating gawin. Okay, so next po. Ayan. So for the third step naman po is to organize our schedule. Now, I agree, sobrang hectic ng schedule ng isang college student. So I can totally relate with that. But then, of course, lahat naman tayo ay may 24 hours within the day. So the next thing that we will do is to syempre organize our schedule. So ito makikita natin dito sa example, yung Monday niya. Una, syempre, wake up, shower, get ready, tapos pupunta na siya agad sa work. Tapos kakain siya habang nag-work. Tapos continue lang yung working. Tapos uuwi siya, tapos manood ng TV. Tapos kumakain siya ng dinner habang manood ng TV. Tapos matutulog na siya. So medyo hectic siya and in a way medyo parang minamadali niya lahat ng nangyayari. So yeah, that's their usual schedule. Now, during the next day naman, tinry niyang i-organize yung schedule niya. As in, mas detailed na siya this time. So makikita natin dito, gumising siya ng mas maaga. Nakapag-breakfast siya at nakapag-prepare pa siya ng lunch niya. Meron siyang 10 minutes of walking exercises na pwede niyang gawin kahit sa bahay lang, kahit nanonood ka lang sa YouTube or pwede mo siyang sundan sa YouTube. Tapos ayan, nag-ready na siya, tapos nakapunta na siya sa work. Tapos habang nasa work, syempre na may break time, may 1 hour break tayo or during our mid-break sa in-between classes. Tapos napagsikit pa siya ng 10 minutes na Zumba dance during that 1 hour break. So, syempre, pagka-uwi niya, kumain siya, nag-exercise siya onte, pagkadating niya sa bahay, 10 minutes na core workout, okay na yun. Tapos after niya mag-workout, doon na siya nakapag-prepare ng dinner at mas maaga na siyang natulog ngayon. So makikita natin dito, mas productive yung schedule niya nung inorganize niya. Now, this is what happens if we have a role model. So isipin niyo, sino ba yung role model sa buhay natin? So just think of that person. Tapos isipin natin, o nga, kaya ako siya idol kasi ang dami niyang achievements, sobrang impressive nung mga work niya, and yun nga, parang ang hectic ng schedule niya pero fresh pa rin siya. Paano siya nakakahanap ng time? Ayan. So ayun, take note, we all have the same 24 hours as everyone. So syempre, use your time wisely. That's why you have to organize your schedule para may time allotted ka sa mga gusto mong gawin. So syempre, you have to allot time for at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, time to prepare your meals if you're the one doing the cooking, lalo sa bahay, and yung time para mag-aral or gawin yung mga project, mga ganyan-ganyan. Time for your extracurricular activities if or member ka ng mga org. And also time to focus on yourself. So dito kasama dito yung pag-workout, give yourself a little time to think, to process everything. Kung may journal ka, mag-journaling ka. So at least kahit pa paano, nakaka-release tayo ng onting tension from the stress that we are experiencing within the day. Okay, so next please. Okay, so the fourth thing is to assess kung saan ba nanggagaling yung kinakain natin. Kasi syempre subjective naman pag sinabi nating healthy diet. So minsan depende yan kung ano ba yung meron, ano bang kaya natin. Kasi kung sinabi natin na affordable ba yung diet na yan, for some people it may be affordable, like mura lang yun sa kanila. But for others, it may be expensive for them. Ayan. So this time, we have to do is to assess kung saan ba nanggagaling yung food po natin. So focus on the 3 A's. So number 1 is accessibility. So ano ba yung pagkain na within reach mo lang? So kunyari nasa school ka, ano ba yung mga kainan na available sa area mo? Or kung nasa workplace ka, ano yung mga nearby establishments na pwede mong bilhan na pagkain? Or pag nasa bahay ka, ano yung malapit na pwede mong bilhan? Yun, may palengke ba dyan? May grocery ba malapit sa inyo? May convenience store ba na pwede mong bilhan ng food? Ayan. So wherever you are, ang number 1 na iisipin natin is ano ba yung pinakamalapit at pinaka-accessible na kainan na pwede nating puntahan. Now, the second A is availability. So, syempre, nakapunta ka na doon. So, the next thing is ano ba yung available for consumption and for purchase. So, syempre, kung sa market, ano yung mga vegetables na available sa market? Ano yung fruits na meron doon? Syempre, hindi tayo kakain ng fruit na hindi naman pala binibenta sa market na yon, or kaya hindi naman available sa grocery na yun in the first place. O kaya sa karinderya, canteen, restaurant, or delivery app, ano yung nasa menu nila for today? May stock ba sila ng ganitong klaseng pagkain? Yan. So, even at home, titignan natin ano ba yung mga pwede nating i-consume dito. So, kahit na kahit na sinasabi natin, hindi, kumain tayo ng ganito, ganyan. Eh, kung wala naman yung item na yun sa bahay, saan ka kukuha, di ba? So, syempre, make use of what is available to you or kung ano yung meron dun sa binibilhan mo ng pagkain. Yan. So, the third A is the affordability. So, affordability means spending within our means. So yun nga, sabi ko nga sa inyo, depende yan sa kung ano yung budget natin. So kunyari, sinabi ko sa'yo na, ni-recommend ko sa'yo na kumain ka ng brown rice. Eh paano kung hindi accessible yung brown rice sa kanila? Walang brown rice sa area nila. Walang available na brown rice sa market nila. At saka hindi rin nila pala afford yung brown rice. Okay, so paano ka kakain ng brown rice pag ganyan? So, syempre, you have to spend within our means din. Hindi tayo bibili ng pagkain na overpriced at hindi na siya pasok sa budget natin. Rather, we will make do with what we can afford base po sa kinikita po natin. So, syempre, piliin din natin kung ano ba yung food na talagang masasatisfy ka na, mabubusog ka, and it will also nourish you. So, hindi lang dapat ang katawan natin ang ma-nourish, but also our soul. So, syempre, dapat masasatisfy din yung gutom. So, syempre, hindi lang, kumakain lang naman tayo, not because na to satisfy yung gutom natin, but also to satisfy yung cravings or yung something that will make us at peace or parang magiging masaya tayo. Ayan. So, anyway, eat what makes you comfortably full. Ayan. So, syempre, yun yung dapat nating i-focus din. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, now nahanap mo na ano ba yung tatlong A na yon? Anong available, anong accessible, at anong affordable para sa inyo. Ayan. Now, the next thing that you will do, regardless kung ano yung available, syempre, we should make wise choices. So, nandito yung pagpili ng more nutrient-dense foods. Meaning, parang as in talagang yung total intake natin, i-allot talaga natin sa nutrient-dense na pagkain. Kasi syempre, ang nourishment ang makukuha natin dito. Ayan. So, syempre, ito yung major food groups natin. Number 1 is gulay. So, syempre, we have the pinggang Pinoy as our reference kung ano ba dapat itsura ng plate po natin. So, here we have your gulay, your complex carbohydrates, your fruits, and your proteins. Ayan. So, syempre, may other food groups pa yan. Like your dairy, probiotics, fats and oils, and all of that. Now, for example, yung sa gulay natin. So, syempre, your gulay, kung meron sa karinderya na they do combo meals, much better. So, yun, at least kung may combo meals, meron kang gulay, may ulam, may kanin ka na. Now, if ever wala, you can do half orders. Na, kunyari, half order ng ulam na lang para masundan natin si Pinggang Pinoy. So, anyway, yung sa gulay natin, yun, it should be, yung talagang, yung mga starchy vegetables, leafy green vegetables, and talagang meron siyang variety ng iba't ibang klaseng vegetables. Ayan. So for your complex carbs, hindi naman laging kanin ng complex carbs natin. Although kanin is one of the staples and the most available na complex carbs. Pwede rin siya sa tinapay, pwede siya sa pasta, rolled oats, magbaon ka ng overnight oats mo. Pwede rin siyang potato, kamote, corn, or even yung boiled saba, enough na yan for your complex carbs. Now, for your meat naman, make sure that your proteins are of quality and lean proteins. As in yung hindi masyadong mataba, hindi masyadong yung tipong sobrang kapal na ng chunk ng taba. Mas makapal pa yung taba kaysa dun sa actual lean protein part. So, syempre, these should also come from, let's say, chicken breast, pwede rin lean pork or lean beef, your fish, seafood, ano pa ba, eggs, tofu, even plant-based proteins po pala like tofu, your beans, sprouts, legumes, lentils, and all of that. Now, ang fruit naman, very flexible po ang fruits po natin. Ang fruits pwede nating gawing dessert, pwede natin siyang gawing drink, pwede natin siyang gawing snack. So, pwede rin siyang isama sa snack natin. Like, for example, sa overnight oats, itopping nyo yung fruit. Ayan. So, at least yung fruits, very flexible and pwede natin siyang bitbitin kahit saan. So, syempre, depende yan sa laki din ng fruit. So, syempre, pag malaking fruit, lagyan nyo sa lalagyan na maliit. Ayan. Or i-slice nyo na siya. So, ayan. So, ayan, that's how we can achieve a balanced diet. As in talaga, yung number 1 rule nga pala ng Pinggang Pinoy is to eat a variety of foods every day. So, that's how we will be able to achieve a balanced diet. So, another guide that we can use is your Mediterranean food pyramid. So, dito naman makikita natin ano ba yung frequency ng dapat pagkain itong quality foods na ito. Now, syempre, hindi lang naman dapat yung foods ang focus, but also yung healthy foods yung focus, but also yung mga cravings natin. So, syempre, hindi naman pwedeng nutrient-dense foods lang all the time, especially if talagang nagki-crave ka ng something sweet, something na fried, or basta yung parang cheat foods natin, kumbaga. So, syempre, we still have to allot some of our intake dun sa mga cheat foods natin. Now, do you agree or disagree? Anong ito pala, which is much better for you? Cheat day or cheat meal? Ayan, I want to see your comments. Cheat day or cheat meal, which would you prefer? Okay, so anyway, much better po pala if we will have your cheat meals instead. Kasi pag cheat day, parang nawawala yung, nawawala yung focus natin when it comes to nutrient-dense food. So parang hindi nagiging balance yung nutrient intake natin on that day. Ayan, so at least yung cheat meals natin, parang natin siya, na-enjoy pa rin natin yung mga gusto nating kainin. Okay, so next please. Okay, so take note po pala, walang pagkain ang masama, wala ring pagkain ang nakaka-cause ng weight gain or nakakataba, and wala ring food ang bawal. Now take note, ang bawal ay 5 lang. Bawal siya sa'yo kasi allergic ka, bawal siya kasi it's illegal in our country, or bawal siya kasi panis na, bawal siya kasi contaminated or hindi siya in-approve ng FDA for consumption, and bawal siya kasi, wait. Wait lang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, yan. Yeah, so, technically, bawal siya because, yun nga, your, wait, I forgot the fifth one. But anyway, yun yung apat. Bawal siya because it's illegal. Bawal siya kasi, you're allergic to it. And bawal siya kasi it's contaminated. And yeah, bawal siya kasi panis na siya. Ayun. Ayan. So anyway, what matters is how you practice etong mga to. Moderation, variety, balance, mindful eating, discipline, and consistency. So yun ang kailangan natin para ma-achieve natin etong ang klaseng healthy lifestyle that we're working for. Okay, so next please. Okay, so anyway, the next thing that we will do is to try to recognize ano ba yung cues ng katawan natin. So ito yung mga common cues na nararamdaman natin. We have our hunger. So hunger, ito yung literal na gutom na tayo. Nararamdaman natin siya kapag kumakalam na yung sikmura natin. Minsan nag-iiba na yung anyo natin in a sense na parang hungry na tayo. And nararamdaman natin siya kapag in between hours na since yung last full meal natin. Now, if ever we feel this cue, yung hunger, literal hunger na talagang kumain na tayo. Kasi it's our body's way of telling us na kulang ka na sa energy, you have to eat. Ayan. So that's how we should respond to this kind of cue. Now, another cue is your appetite. Now, ang appetite, it is the urge to eat. It can be because you're hungry or kaya natakam ka lang. So it can be triggered by your senses, your external environment, or talagang naisip mo lang siya. Ayan. Now, ang appetite, dalawa ang pwede nating gawin to respond to appetite. Number 1 is ignore, which I agree, napakahirap niyang gawin. So ignoring your appetite takes a lot of willpower para talagang iwasan siya. As in, you have to talagang ginagaslight mo na yung sarili mo na hindi mo pa afford yung ganyang pagkain, next time ka nang bumili niyan. O kaya dinadaan mo sa tubig, or yung iba tinutulog na lang yung gutom, especially at midnight. Ayan. Now that's how you can ignore your appetite. But yun nga, medyo mahirap siyang gawin. But you can always indulge dun sa appetite mo. Now if you will be indulging, make sure to practice mindful eating. As in, syempre, kapag kunyari nakikrave ka ng something, you have to think about the quality of the food that you are craving. Like for example, gusto mo ng milk tea. Ayan, nakikrave ka ng milk tea, gusto mo talaga siya. Now, syempre, yung milk tea na yan, if you're being mindful sa calorie intake mo, especially kung medyo strict ka when it comes to you're counting your calories, instead of ordering the largest drink, syempre, yung bili mo na lang yung pinakamaliit na drink. At least kahit pa paano, nakatipid ka sa calories, nakatipid ka sa pera, and at the same time, nasatisfy yung cravings mo. So that's how you can practice mindful eating by also indulging in your appetite. So another example is kung gusto mong makarami, ayan, kasi talagang gusto mo magpakabusog sa sweets, ayan, talagang nakikrave ka ng sweets. Instead of ordering an entire box of donuts na uubusin mo lang din sa isang upuan tapos magigilty ka afterwards, syempre, piliin na lang natin yung nutrient dense and lesser yung calorie content niya per serving. Like for example, fruits. Yung 1 kilo ng fruits, kahit nakailang piraso ka pa niyan, hindi ka naman magigilty kasi parang alam mo unti lang yung calories niya. So at least kahit pa paano, nasatisfy yung cravings natin. Now, another example of your cues is fullness. Now, ang fullness, ito yung busog na tayo. And syempre, kapag busog na tayo, nararamdaman natin siya kapag nagsuslow down na tayo kumain, hindi na tayo natatakam sa mga pagkain sa paligid natin, or talagang ayaw na natin, umay na tayo sa kinakain natin. Ayan. Now, if ever nakaramdam tayo ng fullness, it is your cue to stop eating already. O kaya, ubusin mo na lang kanina sa plato mo, and huwag ka na mag-order ng dagdag kung hindi mo rin naman mauubos. Ayan. So, make sure that you are also comfortably full. Huwag naman natin paabutin sa point na yung kabusugan natin ay hindi na tayo makatayo, hindi na tayo makahinga, hindi na makalakad. As in some cases, binubuksan pa natin yung butones natin para makahinga tayo ng maayos. Siyempre, hindi naman na ideal kapag papaabutin natin sa ganung point kasi it will be a risk for indigestion, pwedeng mag-trigger ng pagsusuka, ayun, and any other other discomforts, ayan. Okay, so another one of your cues is etong fatigue. Although it's normal to feel fatigue kapag nag-workout tayo, pero kapag talagang malala na yung fatigue natin, as in literal, nagdidilim na yung paningin natin, hilo na tayo, hindi na tayo makagalaw, possible na mahimatay tayo dahil sa sobrang fatigue. Now, if ever you feel so tired na talaga, it's always okay to take a break. Kasi pahinga ka lang muna. Then, saka ka ulit kapag ready ka na ulit. Okay, so next please. Okay, so sa seventh step is to get moving. So, syempre, ang standard natin is to have at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercises. O kaya kung wala talagang time mag-exercise, intensify na lang po natin ang current activities or exercise routine natin. O kaya ito, ang example is yun nga, kung hindi naman tayo nag-workout talaga sa gym or sa bahay, pwede naman nating ma-achieve ang at least 5,000 steps per day. Pwede tayong mag-take ng stairs instead of the elevator or escalator, kunyari sa malls, ganyan. You can use a bicycle if you're going to short distances lang. Kasi kunyari, from bahay to palengke, imbis na mag-grab ka, mag-commute ka, or mag-tricycle ka, kung kaya mo naman pala siyang e-bike mo na lang. O kaya, learn a new dance move, especially kung mahilig ka sa K-pop. So, may bagong music video yung K-pop idol mo. So, syempre, tuwang-tuwa ka. You can learn the dance move of your favorite idol. Para somehow, di ba, physical activity din yan. Or you can use common household items to lift weights. Kunyari, yung tubig, yung bottle ng tubig, pwede na yun, enough na yun, parang dumbbells mo na rin yun. Or take a walk in nature. So I know kasi sa UP is napakaganda ng campus nyo and talagang very, very immersed in nature yung ano nyo. So napakaganda maglakad-lakad dyan, especially if you have time to do so or pang in between classes, ganyan. Or kaya yan, let your loved ones join you in your exercise routine. Kunyari, let's say yung jowa mo, kapatid mo, ayayin mo mag-workout kayo kahit 10 minutes lang or kahit 30 minutes lang within the entire day. Or kaya, yun nga, engage in a leisure sport that you'll enjoy. Like for example, mahilig ka talaga maglaro ng volleyball. E di ayayin mo yung friends mo mag-volleyball. So mag-set kayo ng place, ng time. Then yun nga, engage kayo sa sport ng laro-laro lang. Ayan. Okay, so anyway, take note, wag nyo pong gagamitin ang exercise to punish yourself. Kasi yun nga, hindi naman dapat ganun siya and hindi rin siya nag-work that way. So stop natin yung mindset na kapag sinabing, okay, ang dami kong kinain, nagigilty ako, babawiin ko na lang sa exercise. Mali po yun kasi hindi naman kasi talaga siya nag-work that way. Ayan, okay, so next po. Okay, so sa eighth step is to find ways to manage your stress. So syempre, we also have to invest time, effort, and energy sa mga gusto nating gawin and sa mga natutuwa tayo kapag ginagawa natin siya. Now, we can release our stress through exercise and leisure sports. Like for example, sa badminton, ayan, kung medyo mainit ulo mo sa araw na yun habang naglalaro ka ng badminton, ginagano mo na, hinahampas mo na yung raketa mo, doon mo nilalabas yung stress. So that's a good way to cope with your stress. Or kaya you can seek social support and mindfulness from the people that you love, or you can consult a professional na talagang makakatulong sa ganitong mga mental stress na nararanasan natin. We can also explore new and revisit old hobbies na talagang na-enjoy natin. Like for example, mahilig tayo mag-play ng instrument, we can play an instrument na talagang makaka-release lang ng tension on that day. Or if you're mahilig ka sa arts, like yung mag-paint, art therapy, you can do art therapy. Or kung mahilig ka mag-gardening, then magtanim ka. Ayan. So that's how we can revisit our old hobbies or yung explore ng bago, especially if you're highly interested into doing these kinds of hobbies or new hobbies na gusto nating i-explore. And the good thing about exploring these new hobbies is talagang merong community na behind that kind of hobby that will also teach you and empower you to be passionate of the things that you want to do. Okay, so another example is to manage your time. So time management, very similar siya dun sa second step, which is to organize your schedule. Na syempre kailangan din natin na maging efficient tayo dun sa mga ginagawa natin. So yeah, take note, ang stress talaga nangyayari yan, parte yan ng buhay. But it is not life as it is. So syempre, choose wisely lang kung paano ba tayo magre-respond sa stress na ito. Tayo yung may control on how we respond to things. Although syempre, there are things that are beyond our control. But of course, try to find joy in the little things, as in yung talagang may makita ka lang na asa dyan, enough na yan na to give you joy. Ayan. Or invest in something that will make you feel at peace. So yung investment, it doesn't have to be financial. It can be time, effort, and your energy. Okay, so next po. Okay, so sa ninth step is to always check on yourself. So, syempre kapag nakakaranas tayo ng self-doubt, ng failure, ng rejection, isipin natin na lesson to na kailangan nating mag-grow from these kinds of challenges that we are experiencing. Now, if you really want to achieve these goals, we have to also work hard and manifest these goals. So, syempre, try to tell yourself these things every day. So, ito, you can screenshot this part of the webinar. Okay, so sabihin niyo sa sarili niyo na deserve ko ang good health at self-care. Ako yung may power to make these healthy choices. Resilient ako at kaya kong i-overcome lahat ng ibato nyo sa aking challenge. So ako yung may control sa thoughts and actions ko even if things are being beyond my control. So I will be kind to myself even on difficult days. So talagang kapag may araw na hirap na tayo na mag-keep up dun sa challenges natin or talagang napapagod na tayo, kaya nating maging kind sa sarili natin even in those days. So yun nga, I am also capable of learning and growing continuously. So ang mistake lang yan. As long as natuto tayo sa mistake na to, hindi na natin siya uulitin. So syempre, we will also try to achieve our goals no matter how hard it will be. Kasi syempre, bakit nga ba natin siya ginagawa? Kasi may goal din tayo. Ayan. So yun nga, try to take things one day at a time. Huwag natin siyang madaliin. So yung small habits na kaya nating baguhin sa daily routine natin, it can work wonders for how many weeks ahead or the months ahead. So yun, you can also make your future self proud of you. So yun, isa yun sa mga why natin. So take this as part of your goals din na hindi lang dapat yung present yung magiging masaya ka, but also your future self will thank you for doing these things today. Now, syempre, manifest din natin, magiging successful tayo in our career, our health, our passions, and everything that we want to do. So, syempre, watch me. Kaya ko yan. Ayan. So, next please. Okay, so syempre, last but not the least is to celebrate your wins. So take note, walang slow progress, whatever we want to do. So it's not always linear. Talagang may setbacks tayong mangyayari. But regardless of how many setbacks, failures, and yung mga parang hindi natin na-recognize na wins, syempre, we have to look at the bigger picture. Or ano ba yung mga changes na nangyari after experiencing these kinds of setbacks. So syempre, we also have to celebrate yung wins behind this. So your wins in terms of your health can be this one, yung leaner muscles and lower yung percent body fat mo according sa body composition analyzer. And if your goal is to lower your health markers, mas nag-normal na siya ngayon, that is already a win. Or kaya nag-improve yung endurance and strength mo. Like for example, dati tumatakbo ka ng 5 kilometers lang, ngayon kaya mo na 10 kilometers. That's already a win. O kaya yung dating binubuhat mo na let's say 10 kilos lang, ngayon 15 kilos na. That is already a win. Ayan. So syempre, yung in terms of health, kung goal natin talaga mag-lose, medyo naglulusin na rin yung lumang damit. Nagkakasya na yung mga lumang damit natin na dati sobrang sikip. And part of our wins then is to celebrate yung mindful eating and better choices. As in, hindi na tayo nagigilty. Hindi na tayo natatakot na kapag kinain ko tong isang pirasong cookie, magigain ako ng weight. So at least mindful na tayo na kaya ko namang kainin to na hindi naman dapat akong mag-guilty. So syempre, part of our win then is to be consistent, organized, and productive sa schedule natin. Meaning, kaya natin maka-achieve ng 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Hindi tayo na behind sa mga task na kailangan nating gawin. And at the same time, kaya nating i-live yung lifestyle na gusto nating gawin. Now, part of celebrating your wins is also to take care of yourself. As in, talagang may time ka na para sa sarili mo talaga. And yung changes sa mood mo na talagang mas masaya ka ngayon at mas magaan yung feeling ngayon. Ayun nga. Now, if it feels talagang light na sa'yo, it means you're doing it right. Okay, so next please. Okay, so anyway, before I end this webinar, gusto ko lang po sabihin na, yun nga, with enough discipline and consistency, kaya natin siyang gawing mas madali. Okay. So if you watch this show, anyone familiar with this show, this is BoJack Horseman. So this is from the episode na tinatry niyang tumakbo dun sa uphill. Ayan. So dun sa uphill na yan during the first few days, parang hirap na hirap siya. Kalahating, onting hakbang lang, pagod na siya. But then at the end of the episode, he was able to reach the top of that hill. So ito, dun niya na-meet tong, let's say, monkey. I think this is a monkey. Oo. Sabi niya, kaya kahit pagod na pagod siya, na-reach niya pa rin yung top ng hill na yon. But then, the monkey told him, it gets easier. So every day, it gets a little easier, pero yun yung hard part. Kailangan natin siyang gawin every day. Pero pag nasanay na tayo, it gets a little easier. Okay, so next please. Ayan. So, thank you so much po pala for your time and for your invitation. Now, if ever you need help sa ganitong klaseng startup ng inyong nutrition journey, I can help you with these kinds of services that I can offer you. Now, if ever po pala I want to hear from your feedback regarding the webinar, please scan the QR code below. So, may parang short survey lang po ako sa mga nag-participate po for this event. So, thank you so much po pala.
All right, thank you so much po, Ms. Fertis, for that very informative talk. You know, for an undergraduate student like many in the audience, it feels difficult to eat healthily given our hectic schedules and limited budgets. But thank you for reminding us that it's still possible with the different tips and tricks that you shared with us today.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Sobrang helpful talaga nung kahit mga small tips lang na binigay niya. Parang kayang-kaya naman na natin siya i-implement sa daily lives natin for the improvement of our health. Ayan. So let us all do our best to continuously practice healthy eating and encourage those around us to do the same din. So again, guys, if you have any questions for our first speaker, you may ask them through the Facebook Live comment sections, or you can also send them through the Q&A feature in our Zoom.
Okay, so don't be shy, guys. Ask away. So now, before we move on to our next topic, let's play a game. Ayan, alam niyo ba yung game na Where's Waldo? Pa-react naman if yes.
Ayan. So I'm seeing some
Ayan.
people, some comments na familiar naman daw sila with Where's Waldo. So, Thea, can you tell us paano ba natin lalaroin yung Where's Waldo for today?
Okay, Denver, this game is very simple. So there will be an image flashed on the screen. So in the picture, meron tayong hidden item na kailangan nating hanapin, and we will be given 10 seconds to scan the photo. So to answer, the audience members must raise their hand using the raise hand feature here in Zoom and annotate the image when they are called. So if correct, or when they find the hidden item in the photo, they will get a point. So if mali naman or hindi niya nahanap, the second person to raise their hand will get a chance to steal. Okay, gets ba natin yon?
Yun. So straight to the point naman ang ating instructions. I think everyone's ready. Let's start our game.
Okay, find the fish. Ayan, we're seeing hands na. Okay, on my screen, the first one to raise their hand was Mix Gail Exclamado. Hello, Miss Gail. Please annotate the photo. Okay, that is correct. Congratulations. Ayan po yung fish behind the cook. Yay, thank you so much, Miss Gail. You have 1 point for this game.
Ayan. So for our next, find the strawberry. Ayan. Mukhang may fruit fest. Find the strawberry. Raise your hand, guys, if you want to answer. Ayan, mukhang nahihirapan sila hanapin yung strawberry. Ayan, si Wendell Tabang. Go, annotate away. Ayun, strawberry. Tama ba yun? Strawberry ba yun? Nasa tenga nung bear sa lower left. Ayun,
Yes.
tama. Grabe. 2020 ata ang vision nito.
Okay, nice one, Wendell. Okay, next. Find the carrot. Parang medyo mahirap to. Let's go, guys. Medyo mahirap siya, no?
Yan, medyo mahirap nga yung yung third natin, yung carrot. Ayan, si Mariel.
Okay.
Carrot ba yun?
Ah,
Carrot pala yun.
okay.
Carrot pala yun. Kala ko chili
Ang
pepper
galing.
siya. Ayan, so next prompt natin. Parang questionable yung carrot na yun. Ay, yun na pala yun.
All right. Thank you guys so much for participating. So now that we've been energized and kahit papaano nabuhay na yung mga natutulog or sana hindi naman inaantok ng mga kaluluwa by that amazing game, I think we are ready for more. Aren't we, Denver?
Of course, Thea, ready na. I have been looking forward for this next talk since the NutriTalk promotion started coming out. We've learned so far about the proper nutritional practices and habits that we can apply as busy undergrad students, but hindi ba mahirap na sometimes pag nagki-crave talaga tayo, gusto natin talaga yung mga unhealthy food.
Yes, exactly. Katulad nga ng sinabi ni Miss Beatrice kanina, minsan nagkikrave tayo ng milk tea, di ba? But especially now that midterms and final season, you must really feel the need to eat that junk food to stay grounded. So I wonder why we're like that.
Well, to answer that, we will introduce our next speaker. So, our second speaker for today is a wellness professional with a passion for creating good food and guiding people towards a healthy lifestyle. After finishing her degree from the After finishing her nutrition degree from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, she ranked 8th in the nutritionist dietitian licensure exam and has focused herself on nutrition for lifestyle modification and disease prevention. To further help her clients, she studied to be a personal trainer under the American Council of Exercise and became a behavioral coach and an NLP practitioner. Living in a country whose culture revolves around lavish fiestas and varying food scenes, she understands how it is a challenge for everyone to keep fit and look good. So, in a space where it is usual for people to turn to fitness fads and diet trends that do not give long term success, she helps people achieve their health goals and live a full and sustainable life. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our second speaker, Coach Julian Stefani Malong.
Hello, everybody. Well, thank you for introducing me, Denver and Althea. I love your voices. You're perfect for this role. Ayan. Hello, everyone. So, ito ang ating general rule for my talk. Type 1 on the chat box. Chat box natin open na open sa screen ko right now. Type 1 if you think yes, amen, no cap, yo. Sad, very true, OMG, but yes, agree, yes, or here, anytime during the discussion, all right? As in anytime I agree on something para makita natin sino yung ka-align natin, yes. All right, so, thank you so much for inviting me, and ang dami ko natutunan kay Trixie. So, Trixie showed us the house and wise. Trixie showed us the house of nutrition, 'di ba? Yun yung mga consciously, dapat alam natin siya. Pero tama ba, hindi naman lahat ng consciously, alam mo, sinusunod mo. 'Di ba? Kahit 5 best friend mo na yung nagturo ng 5 iba-ibang red flags, wow. Doon sa nanliligaw sa'yo. 'Di ba? Sasagot siya, 'di ba? So, the things we consciously know, bakit ba hindi natin pinapakinggan? Now, gusto ko magre-reply kayo sa chat box, ha? Kasama kayo sa discussion na to. Alright, so first slide, let's show my first slide. So picture this, someone delegates a task to you, then micromanages you. Ano yung reaction? Sige, ano yung reaction nyo dyan? Someone delegates a task to you, o sa'yo tong chapter na to, sa'yo yung part na to ng paper. Tapos yung nag-delegate, sabi niya, bakit wala pa rin outline? Outline muna. 2 days lang yung prep time. Why do you think you can read all of that? oh, yung draft mo hindi nakakalibre 11. Sige, sa chat box, okay lang yan. This is an honest space for everyone. Diba? Ngayon, mga Gen Z, mas mas feel na yung feelings. However, we know na sa mga millennials, sa mga parents level, sa mga boomers, mas polite pa, diba? Especially sa work. Syempre, students pa lang kayo eh. Most people here students. Pero sa work, politically correct yung mga answer, right? Parang, diba? This is how you would feel. The emojis that you're saying. Pero, alright, sige. Thank you for letting me know. Gaganon, diba? However, that's what do you show outside pag hindi aligned sa what you feel inside, ano nangyayari, diba? Merong mga indirect responses like, ano ba to? May mga responses na mag-frustrate ka sa kanya, mag-frustrate ka sa sarili mo. Pero, what do we do with how we feel? Diba? Pwedeng direct ka ba? Confrontational ka? O indirect naman? Gumawa na lang ng GC sa iba, blinak, in-unfriend, in-unfollow, ganyan. Next slide. Ayan. So, what's really happening here? So, whenever we are faced with an unfavorable circumstance or situation, diba? Kung ano yung nire-respond natin during our childhood, during our upbringing has become our attachment style. So, anxious ka ba? Like, kapag may nangyaring masama, ikaw ba yung taga-check kung okay pa ba kami, friends pa ba tayo? Ikaw yung sa group chat, ikaw yung pinakamahaba mag-chat. O kaya ikaw yung friend na laging, "Hoy, okay ka lang ba? Okay ba tayo? Sa'kin ka ba galit?" Anxious. Attachment. Ikaw ba yung avoidant? Bahala siya sa buhay niya. Wala akong pake. Unfriend, block, ganyan. Or, how we respond to life circumstances during childhood, dala natin yan hanggang ngayon. It becomes our personality. Okay, ano yung different personalities? Perfectionist, palaban, helper, yung feeling lagi na lang siya dapat yung unang tumulong. O kaya, kailangan may rules. Kung walang rules, ayoko sumali. Diba? O kaya, kung hindi niya, kailangan siya yung pinaka-madrama, nag-expose ng feelings. Yan yung mga artist friends natin. Artist equals mga arte din. Minsan, right? So your personality type mo, it becomes your personality type. But, guess what? At ngayong age na to, gusto ko matutunan nyo na the personalities that we have, hindi ikaw yan. So, please, as early as now, do not attach your identity to your personality. Why? Because, kunyari, we had parents na masyadong perfectionist o masyadong hindi marunong mag-share ng feelings, bawal pag nasaktan ka, okay lang yan. Dumudugo na yung tuhod mo, okay lang yan. So, your personality is your armor. Alright? So, when your inner child felt unsafe, how you coped becomes your armor. So, itong mga to, your attachment style, your personality, it's your armor, and it's also your autopilot. Okay? So, next slide. So, yung question is, are you just a walking, talking, coping mechanism? Hindi ka pala human. Taga-react ka lang sa life mo. Hindi ka pala gumagawa ng choices mo. Taga-react ka lang sa kung ano yung available, ano yung sinabi sa'yo. So, nakakatawa tong meme na to. Nakita ko when I was preparing for this talk. So, yung boomers shove your feelings down. Diba? Tapos yung mga yung mga Gen Y, I'm in therapy for my feelings. I'm millennials, nagpapa-NLP coaching, nagpapa-therapy. Gen Z, talk about your feelings with each other. You're much more articulate about how you feel. And then yung Gen X, which is magulang natin, you guys have feelings. Ano yung feelings? Parang, don't feel, just do. Parang ganyan. Okay, next. Ayan. So, yung topic natin today is eating your feelings because you're a nice person. Masama bang maging nice, coach? When I was a kid, when I was in college, when I was before the pandemic, parang ang dami nating nilalagay na weight on being nice. Nice. She's nice. We want to be known as nice. Now, I love being 30. Kaka-turn 30 ko lang this year. I love being 30 because kaya ko sabihin, when I was in my 20s. Kasi hindi mo masasabi yun kung nasa 20s ka pa rin, right? So, now I put much more weight on being kind. Why? If you are kind, you put yourself first and make sure your love tank is full before you do something for other people. Okay? Kasi yung nice, meron niyang sacrificial meaning eh. Nice ka kasi inuna mo yung ibang tao. Nice ka kasi kahit hindi ka okay, nakinig ka dun sa feelings ng iba. You don't have boundaries. You allow people to walk all over you. Why? Kasi nagiging currency yung niceness. Alright? And kapag ka nice ka, hindi mo inuuna yung sarili mo, di ba? Kind yun. Kind yung inuuna yung sarili mo. Pag nice ka, you become detached to yourself. Kaya, ang hirap nung pag sinabing intuitive eating, di ba? Parang, listen to your body. However, guys, if you're a nice person, like people pleaser ka, nangyayari is you're repressing how you feel. So, nagiging faulty yung how you listen to your body. Alright? So, kahit ang daming magagandang tips na naririnig sa mga nutritionists, like si Coach Trixie kanina, ang dami niyang binigay na tips. Pero, kung para sa'yo, hindi ka worth it na unahin mo, and kung para sa'yo, hindi mo ramdam eh. Hindi mo ramdam kung gutom ka, kung sobra na ba, kung gutom ka ba dahil for your feelings, are you feeling a different vacuum with food? Hindi mo masabi. Because you've detached from yourself, from your intuition. All right, next. Ayan. So this is me. 2014 ako pumasa ng NDLE. Okay? Nutritionist Dietitian Licensure Exam. Tapos, iniisip ko, ano yung gusto kong niche? Sino yung gusto kong group of people na iserve? Alright? Kasi, kunyari, merong si Coach Audie, Harmonious Nutrition, may PCOS yung clients niya. Meron naman si Coach Joe, emotional eating, mga eating disorders, yun yung clients niya. Tapos merong nagfo-focus on pediatrics, merong nagfo-focus on diabetes and hypertension. And I am discerning kung ano yung gusto ko. So, ano ba ako? Ano ba yung gusto ko? Sorry, wala kasi akong naging sakit eh. Never ako na-confine sa ospital. Sana hindi. Winish mo ba yan? Hindi ko po wini-wish yan, universe. Okay. Wala din akong PCOS. Alam ko kung kailan ako nagkaka-pimples. Kapag ka may period tsaka nagpuyat. Like, alam ko. And, doon ko natutunan na being healthy for me is my identity. Being healthy for me is part of Julian. Okay? Kaya hindi ako, parang, bakit ganun? Parang kahit hindi ako nutritionist, feeling ko healthy pa rin ako. Why? Because health is part of my identity. Kumbaga, being healthy, the healthy habits that I'm doing, it's just like brushing my teeth. It's just like, pag pumasok ka sa gate, isasara mo kasi hindi mananakawan kayo. Parang ganun. So, okay. So, ano yung niche ko? My niche is now resilience. My niche is now behavior and identity change on top of me being a nutritionist. So, next slide. So, this is what I really do. I give talks. I love giving talks because doon ko mahuhook yung mga tao eh. To really care, magkapake about their health. Kasi, after college, yung first 10 years, people focus on hustling, and then the rest of their life, yung mga, since nakalimutan nila yung sarili nila, nakalimutan nila yung health nila, nakalimutan nila na valid pala yung feelings mo, na valid ka palang pakinggan. Diyan na, lalabas na yung mga identity crisis, quarter life, midlife crisis, and yung kung ano man yung naipon mo, ilalagay mo on drugs for maintenance, for therapy sessions, and yung pinaka mahirap na sinasabi ko usually, ito yung sinasabi ko na favorite ko sa mga talks is, kung nag-work ka ngayon, yung mga intern level ng sakit ay hypertension at diabetes. Intern sila. Kasi nakakatawa ha, pansinin ninyo, sa next na ma-attendan nyo na binyag o kasal, ang usapan ng mga tito-tita is, oh pare, may diabetes ka na daw. Oh, dati ko pa nga alam eh. Oh, ilan yung iniinom mo? 3. Ikaw? 5 yung sa akin. Okay lang, okay naman. Parang, di ba? Parang, sino nakarinig ngayon? Type 1. Sino na yung ganun magsalita yung magulang nila o may tito sila na narinig na ganun magsalita? Parang, may ha-ha-ha. Ganun talaga. Parang proud pa kayo na mini-maintain niyo yung sakit nyo. Proud pa kayo na, na okay, na dyan napupunta yung savings natin, di ba? And kung yun, hypertension and diabetes, yun yung intern na sakit. Ano yun naman yung CEO na sakit? Yan yung mga liver disease, kidney disease. Why? Yung liver natin walang pain receptors. Okay? So kapag ang liver mo, kunyari yung mga beer drinker, yung mga sinisimula ng college yan, sa UP, sa Saras, yung mga umiinom dyan ng bakit tayo? Tapos pero yung ending, tig-isa pala sila ng bakit. Sa Saras, dati pa bukas yan. Parang 2012 bukas na yan. Okay, so, yung beer belly, it is namamaga, diba? Namamaga na liver. Okay? It stored a lot of fat because if you drink a lot, nasisira yung liver function mo, so nasa-store niya ng yung madaming fat, and namamaga siya. Why? Because dahil mas nahihirapan siyang gawin yung trabaho niya, mamaga siya. Parang yung heart, pag nahihirapan siyang gawin yung trabaho niya, lumalaki siya kasi nagiging mas macho yung muscle. So, kapag inalog mo yung chan ng mga may beer belly, aalog lahat, hindi yung bilbil lang. Yun yung difference. So, the liver doesn't have pain receptors. So, sabihin, siya yung pinaka-manhid, siya yung pinaka-martir. Sino yung ganyang kaibigan niyo na love life? Para kang liver. Kasi, martir ka. Okay, so I love saying this to people. Why? Why? Nakakita ko ng pasyente namin sa internship sa UPPGH na na-admit siya. Kaka-admit niya lang. 2 days siyang admitted. Ang kulay niya is yellow-orange na Crayola. The next day na nag-rounds kami, patay na siya. Diba? Kakarating mo lang. For kidney disease. So, it's really good to teach people about nutrition, pero mas maganda yung makukulitin natin sila. Bakit to importante? Alright. Next slide. Ayan. So, that's just a bit about me. So, kanina tinanong ko, na-hurt ba kayo? Sir, you hurt our feelings, coach. I feel like a walking, talking, coping mechanism, pero di naman masama yun. Masama ba yun? Alright, hindi masama mag-cope because hindi masama mag-survive. To cope is a survival skill. Yan. It means to deal with and attempt to overcome problems and difficulties. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga favorite ko na sinasabi na mga coping niche statements? Parang, be the bigger person. Diba? Yung mga favorite sabihin. Be the bigger person. Hayaan mo na sila. Hayaan mo na, matanda na siya eh. Pero, nung bata pa siya, sinabi niya, anak ka lang. Diba? Parang ang daming statements, especially sa Asian countries, especially sa Pilipinas, that tells us to cope. But the thing is, how to be an adult is, instead of just coping, instead of just being a spectator and reactor sa mga problems and difficulties in your life, how about setting boundaries? How about setting freaking boundaries, diba? How about asking yourself, deserve ko ba to? Gusto ko ba to? Ano ba yung gusto ko? Kung ayaw ko yan, ano ba yung gusto ko? Kung hindi ko yan deserve, ano ba yung deserve ko? Diba? Kapag kasama kita, nauubos yung energy ko. So, what if pagkasama kita, 2 minutes lang? So, grabe. What if kasama kita 20 minutes lang? Tapos talagang may next ako na appointment after you. Diba? What if we think we are the main character in our lives? So, yung mga tao na lagi nagko-cope, wala yung hashtag main character energy. Because kung main character ka, you acknowledge your inherent worth. Worthy ka. If you have dreams, if you have abilities, if you have character, if you are capable of just 10 things, 10 skills. Marunong ka magbasa, marunong kang magsulat. 10 skills. If you're able to dream, if you're able to love, and if you have at least 10 skills, dapat alam mo na worthy ka of choice. Worthy ka of knowing what you deserve and you don't. Para hindi ka nagko-cope. Kasi pwede mo namang sabihin ano yung gusto mo at ano yung ayaw mo. Alright, so it's so hard to teach people to eat properly. Lalo na ako, na-trigger kasi ako eh. Na-trigger ako kasi yung best friend ko na inagaw yung boyfriend ko. Friend ko pa rin siya. Tapos nakita ko yung pictures nila. So ito, kumain ako ng 10 Korean corn dog. Ano sasabihin mo doon? Kung nutritionist ka niya. 'Di ba? Na-trigger siya eh. So next screen. Sige nga. Ito yung healthy coping strategies daw. Ano yung ginagawa mo na coping strategy na alam mo unhealthy? Sige nga, sa chat box. Kung ito yung healthy coping strategies, ano yung ginagawa mo na unhealthy coping strategies? Alam mo talaga, hindi maganda. Sige, mag-share lang kayo. So, unhealthy coping strategy yung nagalit ka doon sa leader ng group chat nyo, gumawa ka ng sarili mong group chat, tapos binabackstab mo siya doon. Unhealthy coping strategy yung sumali ka sa Reddit, tapos nagko-comment ka doon. Nag-share ka doon ng, ano tawag doon? May bina-blacklist ka doon, tapos hindi niya man alam. Doom scrolling, eating sweets, overworking, laklak sweets. Yan. Mayroong unhealthy coping strategies na direct and indirect. Okay? So, para sa mga may tao na meron kang coping strategies na ginagawa, tapos hindi nakakasakit sa iba. Sige, next slide. Kung yung coping strategies na pinili mo, hindi nakakasakit sa iba, it's because you're a good person. Oh, palakpakan. Good job, self. Nakita niyo ba? Diba? Affirm ko kayo. You're an emotional eater because you're a good person. Okay? Mag-emotion. Yan yung pinili mo. You avoided the feeling. Hindi mo siya ipaprocess. Hindi ka rin magsasalita. Hindi mo i-confront yung tao. You avoid and then you emotional eat. Okay? Why? Because you're a good person. Kasi, okay lang, kakain na lang ako dito para walang masaktan na ibang tao. Para hindi ka masaktan. Pero guess, tapos, parang wala namang side effect. Kasi, it's all pleasure. Oh, sarap nung masarap. Oh, more gochujang, more bibimbap. O, diba? O, ito. O, sige, high fat yung Di mo na iniisip. So, when you're emotionally eating, you are in your emotional mind. You are not in your thinking mind. And gaano kadalas na nasa emotional mind ka? Gaano kadalas yung nagdo-doom scroll tas 4 na oras na? You're in your emotional mind. Okay? So kahit nutritionist ka, ito yung sagot, bakit may matabang nutritionist? Kasi mabait sila. So, joke lang. Huwag niyo ang ikaw. Pero you're an emotional eater because you're a good person. What you don't think about is may side effect. Ito. And ang mahirap nga sa job natin as a nutritionist is kapag may ginawa kang mabuti, may lifestyle change ka na ginawa, it takes at least 3 to 6 months para makita mo yung effect ng mabuti mong ginawa sa lifestyle mo. Pero kung may masama kang ginagawa at palagi mong ginagawa, okay, emotional eating, 20 to 30 years mo pa siya, mararanasan. Yung side effect. So, you're an emotional eater because you're not a good person, you're a nice person, pero you're not being kind to yourself. So, be kind to yourself. And to be kind means to treat good nutrition, to treat stress management, to treat drinking water, to treat eating well, exercising as part of your identity. Part of your identity. Hindi naman, kunyari si Denver, sinabihan siya ng nanay niya, mag-toothbrush ka. Tapos sasabihin niya, what are the steps of brushing my teeth? Why would I brush my teeth? Why? Explain. So, what is the impact of brushing my teeth in the next 2 to 3 days? You don't ask that about brushing your teeth. Why? But it's just part of you. I'm a person na hindi ako dugyot and I brush my teeth. Why can't you do that when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to health? Okay? Ayan. So, next slide. So, when I was invited to give this talk, parang psychology of nutrition, baka ito yung ine-expect ng mga organizers. So, how can you improve your overall health? Nilagay ko na lang sa isang slide. And hinighlight ko na lang yung words na pwede nyong i-dentist for your parents. Don't jump me. And i-google nyo na lang itong hinighlight ko ng words. Learn the differences between physical and emotional hunger cues. So, sasabihin niya na, okay, yung kapag nagutom ka lang dahil nakita mo yung ads, social media, tapos gusto mo nanonood. Kunyari, sinabi ni Coach Julian, copy roti, copy roti, copy bun. Tapos gusto mo na, emotional hunger yan. I mean, miss ko na yung coffee bun. Tsaka deserve ko naman, nag-organize ako nitong event namin. Oh, emotional hunger cue. Yan. Improve your gut health by consuming more pre and probiotic foods. Okay? So, probiotic foods, yung merong live microorganisms that support your gut health. Prebiotic foods yung kinakain niya. And ang favorite kainin ng ating mga micro pets in our stomach are high fiber foods. They can cut and consume yung fiber in our foods. And ano yung byproduct nun? Carbon dioxide, methane. Kaya kapag ka masaya yung probiotic foods mo, utot ka. They're telling you, thank you, master, for feeding us. Now, we will make serotonin for you. All right? So, 90% of serotonin, the happy hormone serotonin, is made by your good bacteria. All right? And your intestines are directly connected to your brain through the vagus nerve. Alright, so okay na yan. Yan yung slide na yun. Kaya kumain kayo ng maraming probiotic foods. Make sure na your happy pets are happy para happy ka. So work on the 5 pillars of health, nutrition, exercise, hydration, rest, stress management. Tama ba? Ito naman slide na to, you consciously know it. You don't need to invite speaker after speaker after speaker to say this to you. Kasi tama, may mga doktor, mataba, may mga doktor, sila mismo, yung ang daming statin drugs, ang daming NSAIDs na kinakain, ang daming lahat ng masakit sa ulo, bibili ng gamot. They consciously know kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin, pero hindi nila ginagawa. So what's the problem? Now, I'll give you a sneak peek on what I do and how I coach. So next slide. The problem is you think you can control your emotions. The problem is you think you can control your emotions. However, 10% lang ng brain mo ang conscious mind. 90% ng brain mo, subconscious mind. Hindi mo siya ma-access just because you want to. 10% lang yung conscious mind. Analytical, willpower, rationalization, short-term memory. Kahit alam mo kung ilang calories, yung Snickers, pag malungkot ka, kakainin mo pa rin. You consciously know. Diba? Na itong Snickers bar na to, half lang yung kailangan mo kainin kasi mag-exceed ka na ng caloric allowance mo. Pero, I feel bad. Ito na lang yung papasaya sa akin. Sige. Diba? Is it true? Hindi naman lahat ng feelings true. Alright, so valid, pero hindi true. Meaning, it should not directly tell you what to do. Right? So, subconscious mind. And meron pang unconscious mind. So, what is a trigger? What is a trigger? A trigger is kapag ka, alam mo yung ano, parang ayoko lang sa kanya. O kaya meron lang narinig kang, may ngumunguya lang ng malakas na makdo, galit ka na. Parang, ba't galit na galit ka? Yung may mga friends kayo na, ba't galit na galit? Tapos parang hindi nyo ma-explain bakit. Alright? Kasi, hindi mo naman siya ma-explain consciously. Alright? So, meron, kunyari, what if meron siyang abusive uncle na malakas ngumuya? Tapos naaalala yun ng subconscious mind niya. So, kapag may nakarinig siya ng malakas ngumuya na tao, it makes her feel unsafe inside. So, galit na galit siya dun sa ngumuya. Okay, this is something that you can do. Whenever you have a trigger, you don't need to act on it. Alright? Whenever you have a trigger or a bad feeling, you sit with it and, bakit ako, parang, saan ko napulot tong trigger na to? And you will find na napulot mo siya nung 5 years old ka nakatira yung uncle mo na to, o nung 5 years old ka, nagkaroon ka ng next na kapatid, tapos feeling mo na neglect ka na sa bahay. Malalaman mo yan. Alright? So, ayan. So, the problem is you think you can control your emotions. Alright, emotions are not bad, and you don't have to control it. Okay, so we have the thinking brain and the feeling brain. Yung thinking brain, it tells us, parang isang horizontal stack siya, lahat ng information na alam mo. That's what the thinking brain does. But what the emotional brain does is, it ranks what you know to what's important. So, kung napakababa ng good nutrition ng health doon sa what's important, dahil inuuna mo yung ibang tao, inuuna mo yung maging nice, inuuna mo to look good, presentable, mag-iibang bagay. How you rank what's important is faulty. Kaya hindi mo siya magagawa. So, next slide. So what's an NLP practitioner? This is the NLP communication model. This is how I do behavioral coaching. So this is how the brain works. So kung merong external event and information that's gathered by our five senses, VACOG, pwede nga KAVOG. So visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory. So our brain gathers 2 million bits of information per second, but because our conscious mind can only process less than 0.1% of the information that we gather, kailangan niyang i-filter. How do you know na fini-filter mo? Kaya nga yung experience, kunyari, umupo kayo sa class ni Ma'am Bayaga. Iba-iba yung nakuha nyo information, iba-iba yung na-feel nyo about her lecture. Oo, kasi iba-iba yung filter ng bawat tao. How do you know na fini-filter nyo? Okay, sasabihin ko sa inyo, Korean store. Maraming Korean store sa QC, tsaka sa buong Manila. Pinakamagandang kotse, yung blue na Subaru. Tapos, lahat ng city, meron ng sariling, ang tawag dito? Dialysis clinic. As in, clinic siya, pang dialysis lang. Korean Mart, Blue Subaru Dialysis Clinic. Now, I gave you this filter. Mapapansin mo na siya. Kahit dati hindi mo siya napapansin. Tignan niyo. After this talk, mapapansin mo na yan. Korean Mart, Blue Subaru Dialysis Clinic. Why? Because I made it alive. I made it alive in your filter. That's why yung Coach Trixie ended with do it every day, do it every day. Why? Because what you're doing, if you're doing the same activity every day, is you're including it dun sa filters mo. Okay, so sasabihin mo, okay, this behavior is aligned with my identity, na healthy akong tao. Ito hindi. Ito oo, ito hindi. You have to reinforce the filter every day para maging part siya ng meta program mo. So meta program is mas malalim yan. Hindi mo yan matatouch just by sitting with a counselor or with a coach. Upo ka lang with me one time lang, makinig ka lang ng isang talk. Hindi mo yan makukuha. Meta program, simula you were in your womb. For example, hindi ka, surprise baby ka. Tapos nung sinabi ng nanay mo doon sa tatay mo na, buntis ako. Tapos sabi ng tatay mo, ha? Ba't ka nabuntis? Hindi ka ba nag-iingat? Akala ko nakapil ka. So, yung baby in the womb, na-feel niya na unworthy siya, unwanted siya. Na-feel niya na, pabigat siya. He's a burden. Hindi ako ready for you. I can't provide for you. Now, meta program nung baby, habang nag-grow siya is, I'm unworthy, I'm a burden. So, ang gagawin niya? Gagaling niya sa school, papasya siya sa UP, di ba? Tapos, hindi siya magpapatulong sa homework, pero honor student siya, tapos summa cum laude. Mga ganun. So, kung coping mechanism pala yun, yung being an achiever. Yan. So, meta programs. A lot of the things we do is based on, and how we act and react, our autopilots, is based on itong mga bagay na to. Now, so, dinaan mo sa filters, dinaan mo sa meta programs. How do you respond now? How do you behave? How we respond to circumstances are affected by our internal representation. For example, nakakita ka ng doktora na laging naka-nail polish. Sasabi mo, pero naturuan ka pala na lahat ng naka-nail polish maarte. Ayoko sa kanya, ayoko sa kanya. Yun, trigger ka. Kasi naturuan ka na yung mom mo nagsasabi na maarte yung mga naka-nail polish. State of mind. State of mind. So, tama ba kapag ka may trigger ka, pero bagong promote sa work, o kaya nakita mo yung GWA mo for this semester, 1 point, to 5. Tingin mo, kahit naiinis ka sa lahat ng umuya na maingay, maiinis ka? Hindi, kasi maganda yung GWA mo. Physiology. Mas triggered ka ba pag puyat ka? Pag gutom ka? Yes. So, these three interact with each other and they affect how you respond. Verbal or non-verbal. Inirapan mo o kaya bigla kang nag-shot ng arms, diba? O kaya you step back o kaya tinaasan mo yung boses mo. Yan. This is how we think and this is how we act. That's why hindi lang siya agad-agad na ang hirap ng client na to kasi hindi naman siya nakikinig sa akin. Pero you have to know why. Bakit sobrang hirap kausapin yung client? So the next slide, okay, if you're gonna have a take home today is I will teach you how to feel and hold your feelings. Okay ba yan? Next slide po. How do you process your feelings para hindi ka mag-emotional eating? Noah knows what to do. Now, people don't know how to love. Ano ba yung love? Ano ba yung how do we feel? No one knows what to do. Let's change it to Noah knows what to do. First is name it. Next is observe it. Next is allow it. And next is hold it. Okay? So, if you are sad, don't say, I'm sad. I say, I feel sad. Why? Hindi ka naman sad eh. Hindi ka sad. Kasi si Althea ka. Hindi ka sad, si Shara ka. Si Georgian ka. So, how you feel does not change your identity. I feel, anong klaseng sad? Do you feel lonely, abandoned? Do you feel judged? Do you feel revulsed? I'm detestable. And I feel. Why? So you detach it. And when you detach it, you can watch it in your hand. Name it. Observe it. Where do I feel? So for example, where do I feel unworthy? Okay, I feel it in my shoulders. I feel really heavy. And you breathe with it. You sit with it. You observe it. And the next word is allow it. Hindi accept. Because accept feels bad. Minsan pinipilit ka. Accept mo na lang. Hayaan mo na. Move on. Diba? Pag sinabihan ka ng move on, mas hindi ka magmo-move on. Kasi napakapangit niya ng word. It's better to allow it. Why? It is what it is. You feel bad. It is what it is. You feel disappointed. It is what it is. You allow it and you are fine sitting with yourself. You accept yourself even if you feel this bad feeling. And the last is you hold it. Lahat ng mga tao dito may parents and na-hurt sila one day na sinare mo sa parent mo ano yung masakit. Tapos sinabihan ka kung ano man. I don't wanna hear it. Okay lang yan. Hayaan mo siya. Yung talagang invalidation. Why? What do we need in the moment na sad tayo? We just want to be held. We just want to be listened to. We just want, anytime you feel bad, you just want to know you're still accepted for who you are. Hindi ka bibitawan, hindi ka iiwanan. Even if you feel so bad about yourself. Hold it. Now, the first person to do Noah, akala natin, we have to get this from other people, but you can do it for yourself. Through Noah, name it, see it, observe it in your hand, observe it in your body, allow it. I am fine even if I feel this way. And you hold it, hold yourself accountable for the feeling. Yes, I feel this way, and it's fine. Yes, I feel this way, and I will not break down over it because this is a feeling and it's fleeting, and I'm fine. I will be fine. You hold it. You do Noah for yourself. And last slide. Let's end with Mark Manson. So he has 2 books, which is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And yung second book niya is Everything is Fucked. I love him so much. And kung mayroon kayong Netflix, watch Jigsaw. It's a comedy piece by Daniel Sloss or David Sloss. Basta yan. Netflix comedian. It goes with Mark Manson's books. Paano ba yung totoong adult? Sabi niya, what is an adult? An adult is able to, tatlo yung pronunciation, eschew, 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 gusto ko. An adult is able to eschew his own pleasure for the sake of his principles. Children just know pleasure and pain. Masakit yung stove. Masarap yung ice cream. adolescents bargain. Parang, pag nanood din ako ng beat, pagka pinakinggan ko si Taylor Swift, magiging in ako sa barkada na to. Parang may bargain. Okay. Pag ginawa ko yung homework ko, baka taasan yung allowance ko. Pagka, pagka yung GWA ko is 12515, magiging proud yung parents ko. But what differentiates children and adolescents from adults is everything you do is the end, hindi means. Everything you do is an end. Honest ka because honesty is good. Healthy ka because being healthy is good. You study hard because it's part of you. You value excellence or honor and excellence. Yun na yan. Hindi mo binabargain. Kaya, ang hirap magmahal ngayon eh. Kasi, the best things in life are free, meaning, you don't bargain for it. Gagawin ko to sa'yo para maging loyal ka sa akin. Mamahalin kita. So, men outside, okay, magla-love for sex. That's not good. Why? Hindi ka totoong love. So, anything you bargain for, minsan, yung mga free things, magiging honest ako, sasabihin ko yung totoo para mahalin mo ako. Hindi. Sabihin mo yung totoo because that's the good thing to do. And that's what being an adult is. That's why, parang, so paano mo kino-coach? Binabasag mo ba sila? Hindi ko binabasag sila. I make them feel safe hanggat hindi pa nila kaya gawin yung Noah for themselves. Okay, that's what I do. And that's what you can do for yourself. And that's what you can do for your friends. And this is beyond being chismosa. This is creating safe spaces because you love. Creating safe spaces because you choose these people. Regardless of, baka di naman niya ginagawa para sa akin eh. O kung hindi niya ginagawa para sa'yo, mag-decide ka kung gagawin mo pa ba o hindi, kung worth it ba o hindi. You're an adult. Be the main character of your life. And you choose kung ano yung mga gagawin mo, yung mga inaalaw mo, yung mga hindi mo deserve, para hindi mo kailangan ng mga coping mechanisms na sisirain ka in the long run. So, thank you everybody, and I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you felt seen, heard, and understood in this session. Yeah, I hope you learned a lot of how to handle yourself, your feelings, na hindi naman natin kailangan takbuhan. And hindi natin kailangan i-deny or iwanan yung sarili natin every time we feel bad. We can hold ourselves. And thank you so much for inviting me and for listening.
Well, thank you so much po, Coach Julian. We did learn a lot. So, kung may main takeaway man ako, I think yun yung, kung main character ka, you should acknowledge your inherent worth and everything else follows. So, wow, that was really insightful, right, Denver?
Tama. And it's really refreshing to hear from a fellow BSCN student and nag-top pa sa boards, di ba? Nag-stick talaga sa akin yung fact na realizing the connection between nutrition and our psychology is really vital in coping successfully. And mas na-inspire din ako na kumayod talaga sa course ngayon and have the mindset na after I graduate, ang goal ko is to reach yung target audience nating BSCN students and really share valuable nutritional advice and influence people to work on themselves too for a more sustainable and realistic nutrition lifestyle. Again, yung question and answer box natin here sa Zoom is still open for questions addressed to our speakers. So ask away, guys. Let's go.
Yes, that's right. So if may questions po tayo, just use the Q&A feature here sa Zoom. Okay, now Denver, we are proceeding sa ating isa sa exciting parts this afternoon. So previously, we released a Google form for the raffle draw that we will be announcing right now. So those who purchased a raffle ticket are eligible to win a 500 peso worth gift certificate from Mesa. So
Ayan.
yeah, Denver, can you explain the mechanics?
Ayan. So, yung selection ng winners for our raffle was done through a wheel of names prior to this event. But the prize can only be claimed if yung winner is present during the announcement. So with that, ready na ba kayo guys na malaman kung sino yung nanalo ng ating Mesa gift certificates? Ayan. Okay, so,
Okay.
Keme, ikaw pala. Go.
Let's go. Okay, so sino kaya ang ating first winner? Drum roll, please. Okay, our first winner is sino kaya? Wow, our first winner is Mix Gabriel Angelo Bautista. Are you here? Sa ating Zoom, pakigalaw naman ng baso.
Yes
Ayan.
po.
Ayan.
Oh,
Dyan siya.
wow. Yay, we have a winner. Hello. Pwede ka bang matanong, sino naman isasama mo sa mesa eat out nyo? Kung meron man.
Si Jania Asia po.
Okay, andito
Ayan.
din ba siya? Charot. Yay, congratulations. We hope you enjoy your gift certificate.
Ayan.
Thank
Bigatin ang
you.
ating mga bigatin ang mga partners natin. May pag-gift certificate. So, for our second winner naman ng Mesa GC, our second winner is, ayan, Mix Kyle Valerie Yusol. So, are you
Wow.
here?
Hello po.
Season, are you here? Ayan,
Yon.
dito din siya.
Yay,
And so,
thank you.
congratulations. Congratulations for winning our Mesa GC. So, saktong-sakto after the webinar, baka gusto nyo mag-dinner. Ayan, dinner agad.
Ayan, thank you so much to everybody who participated. So for our winners, Gabriel and Kyle, kindly wait for a Pan Alpha member to reach out to you on how to claim your prize.
Ayan, again, congratulations to all our winners. So, ayun nga, sasabi ni Thea, wait na lang kayo na mag-reach out sa inyong mga members namin.
Okay, so now, before we proceed with the Q&A portion, I think collectively medyo nakaka-drain din yung ilang oras tayong nakaharap sa Zoom. So, before we proceed to the Q&A portion, we will have a break, a screen break. So, we can have snack or kung gusto niyo umihi muna, let's go. We'll be back after 5 minutes.
Yun. So, we'll be back by 4:05. So, guys, bladder break, kain muna kayo. And yes, we will be back.
All right, we are back. I hope nakahinga tayo kahit papaano from that 5-minute break. Um,
Now, we will now move on to our question and answer forum. Alam kong kanina nyo pa ito hinihintay. So, ito na tayo. Our audience have sent in questions earlier throughout our talk. And we will be reading out these questions, some of which are directed towards a specific speaker, while others are for both. So, for Miss Malo and Miss Fuertes, please feel free to unmute your mic or even open your cameras to answer the questions directed to you.
Game.
Hi, okay. So for our first question, I believe anyone from our speakers can answer. What advice can you give to students or people in general that resort to binge eating to cope with stress or any difficult emotions? What are the strategies to avoid this?
Yeah, Trixie.
Okay, so usually kasi pag binge eating, it has, yun nga, as Coach Julian discussed, meron siyang trigger. So, ang tatanong kasi natin muna is, bakit ka ba nagbe-binge eating? What's causing the binge eating? Are you stressed? Saan ka stress? What's causing your stress? And is this the usual way for you to cope with stress? Or may other ways ka ba na pwedeng hindi involved ang food? Okay, so that's how we can address. Pag nasagot na yung mga tanong na yun, that's how we can address etong mga binge eating practices na yun. And of course, yung binge eating kasi, ang tatanungin natin, is it because gutom ka or nag-crave ka? Ayan. So, syempre, if nag-crave siya, well, as I've mentioned, okay lang naman mag-indulge sa cravings natin. But the thing is, pag nag-crave ka ba, talaga bang ganito karami yung gusto mong kainin? Or it's just enough na masatisfy ka lang, matikman mo lang yung gusto mo? Ayun. So, if it's just enough na matikman yung gusto natin, okay na yun. Huwag na natin siyang ipilit na talagang sobrang mag-crave, tapos at the end of the day, we will feel guilty. Tapos, or kaya yung iba, they respond by over-exercising. Kasi at the same time, parang hindi na dapat siya ganon. It doesn't work that way. Ayan. So, yun nga, if ever you feel like binging talaga, assess nyo muna saan ba nang gagaling itong stress na to. And yun nga, and syempre, you respond, how do you control this kind of situation? Okay.
Yes. So, tama naman yung sinabi ni Trixie. Like, gutom ka ba talaga? Gaano karami? Pero, kita mo yung question is, how do you respond to binge eating? There's wala man lang ano ba yung intention mo? Diba? You can ask yourself, what are your intentions for doing it? Kasi kung yung intention mo is to distract yourself, tama? You can ask yourself, why am I doing this? Okay, you get to answer yourself, oh, I'm distracting myself. From what? You can string the questions you ask yourself. Why? Lahat tayo may intrusive thoughts. Noong isang araw, natutulog yung pusa namin doon sa labas. Tapos sabi ko, ano kaya mangyari pag dinutdut ko yung noo niya? So, ginawa ko. Nagka-dopamine surge ako. Kasi ganun yun eh. You know, when you do something to distract yourself, it's because you're coming from a space of no control. Uncertainty, no control. Now, so if something is uncertain, especially if first time mo lang marinig to na, pwede ko palang i-manage yung feelings ko this way. Diba? Kung mga first time lang marinig na pwede pala yun, then feelings, yung realm of emotions are uncertain. And you wanna go for something that's certain, which is, itong Snickers bar, 120 calories. Gets mo, ang dami mong alam dun sa food, especially if you're a nutritionist. So, kaya may mga nutritionists na sila din, even sila, they suffer from emotional eating. Kasi hindi na tatanong yung mga ganong questions. So, I hope you guys learned a lot from this. Na hindi, kung nagdi-distract ka, talk to yourself din muna. And then, makakaabot ka doon sa question na, okay, is this the best thing to do right now? Kasi baka hindi naman. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much to our speakers for that very fruitful answers. So yung next question naman po natin, what is the best food-related advice you can give to students who are unable to eat on time due to busy schedules or classes that have no breaks in between. What can dormers naman who are not allowed to cook most of the time do to still eat healthy and budget-friendly meals?
Okay, so sige ako din sasagot dito. So first is about the eating pattern, no? So again, organize your schedule. So organizing your schedule does not really entail na talagang tulog lang, exercise lang, tapos mag-prepare lang ng meals. Kasama sa pag-organize ng schedule yung time kung kailan ka kakain. And of course, associated with that time is yung responses ng katawan mo. Lalo pag breakfast, syempre breakfast automatic gutom tayo kasi syempre it's been hours since yung tulog natin. Natural na talagang kumain tayo ng breakfast. So we can have a snack habang nasa lecture tayo on school, magbaon tayo ng snack natin. Para kahit papano kung naka-feel man tayo ng onti pang gutom, kung bitin pa yung kinain nating breakfast, dun tayo kakain. And of course, kapag nasa break time, at ang layo ng break time mo, talagang you have to find ways to eat in between all of those hours. Syempre, kasi mahirap din na papasok ka tapos wala kang kain. So parang hindi ka maka-focus, hindi ka makasunod dun sa lecture. So magiging distracted ka, hindi ka makaka-focus dun sa gusto mong mangyari. Ayan. As for those with dormers na bawal magluto, and yun nga, again, assess ano yung tatlong A mo. What foods are available, what foods are accessible, and yung affordable ayon sa budget natin. So, syempre, when you start living in a dorm, di ba? Ang gagawin natin sa una is explore the area. Asan yung simbahan, asan yung hospital or yung emergency services, asan yung mga kainan, ano yung mga sineserve sa kainan na yon. Ito bang kainan na to is within my budget range. So kung may karinderya na mas malapit at mas talagang nag-offer ng combo meals, they do yung half na ulam, and talagang alam mong medyo healthy yung sineserve nila, as in mostly Filipino dishes that you're familiar with. Syempre, dun tayo kasi pasok siya sa budget, pasok siya sa accessibility, and pasok din siya sa available sa area nyo. Ayan po.
Yan. So, hindi naman lagi ideal yung situation. So, you would have to compromise. And parang sa politics yan, you have to choose the lesser evil. Ano yung lesser evil na snacks for you? And as students, it's actually, you can see it as a training ground for you. Kasi syempre, yung struggle na yan, hindi lang naman yan ngayon na student pa lang kayo eh. Diba? Tama, pag nag-work ka na, meron ding mga projects na you would really have to, parang, to work long hours, di ka makalabas, mag-fast food ka. So, advice ko is, first is to commit to one healthy meal per day. Kahit one lang. Yung, kumbaga, yes, we want to have a healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pero kung magko-commit ka, at least have one, 'di ba, na pinggang Pinoy perfect meal. 'Di ba? Kung breakfast man 'yan, magagawa, kung lunch man 'yan, o order ka ng liempo tapos samahan mo ng chop suey. Yung ipinggang Pinoy mo siya, commit to at least one, and have snacks on hand na okay, alam ko, okay naman yung mataas yung sodium nito, pero protein naman to kasi yung muncher na beef flavored, spicy beef flavored. Yeah, I like that. Why? Because it's still, ano pa rin siya? Peas, seeds. Diba? So, okay, ako nag-promote ng brand. Pero, yeah, yung muncher na peas, yan, it's my example for a lesser evil thing na I just make sure na dahil mataas yung sodium content nun, nag-adjust ako sa mga ibang kinakain ko. But, pati naman, mag-snack ka ng processed food. Ganun talaga eh. This is life. This is how you have to compromise. And be aware, be present na, oo, kumain ako nitong thing na to. So, adjust ka later. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for those insightful answers. Now, proceeding with the next question. Are there any prescribed diets to consider for those who are undergoing medications due to mental health concerns? Or is a complete balanced diet for a normal person would be enough for those undergoing mental health issues?
Okay, so depende kasi yan. Merong specific mental health na conditions na talagang control dapat yung intake mo ng ganitong food group kasi parang Yung kunyari sa dementia, ganun. They have found out in a previous study na kapag plant-based keto diet ka, it can help na mag-improve yung condition. But then, syempre, it depends pa rin sa overall assessment. So take note, walang one-size-fits-all diet. This is something that we always, yung ano natin to, parang motto natin tong dietitians na walang one-size-fits-all diet. So even if the person is struggling with their mental health, you also have to look at the ABCDEs of nutrition. So yun po, wala po siyang specific. Ayan.
Yes, correct. No one size fits all diet. Kaya ang triggering sa akin ng mga social media people is yung pumayat siya. Tapos weight loss coach na siya, agad-agad. Nag-PCOS siya, tapos nag-keto siya. Tapos PCOS diet coach na siya agad. Diba? Parang, okay, what worked for you might not work for other people. So yung mga ganyan na, kunyari, meron kang specific medication na tinitake. Yes, pagka sundan mo yung Mediterranean food pyramid, pero syempre, yung mga pagkain Pilipinas yung ipalit mo doon. Alam niyo, pagka just make an effort to be intentional. For the first time in your life, kunyari may client ka, 35 years old na siya, parang naging intentional siya for the first time with diet. Ang dami na mag-i-improve sa life. Mag-i-improve agad yung skin. Next week, may jowa na siya. Tapos next week, na-promote na siya. Just kidding. But, kaya nga, yun lang. Wala kasi tayong paki sa health natin. Kaya kapag nakarinig sa social media na low-fat diet dapat, tapos yun yung sinunod niya, tapos magiging sasambahan na niya yung low-fat diet. Pero the thing is, ano talaga yung pinaka nangyari is first time mo maging intentional. Ever. Diba? So what if maging intentional ka sa tamang paraan? Diba? E di mag-i-improve na agad yung lahat ng nangyayari sa health mo.
Okay, thank you so much for those insightful answers again from our speakers. So, next question po natin is a constrictive diet, especially yung mga sumisikat nga po sa social media ngayon na yung nagpo-promote lagi ng intermittent fasting, yung mga ganun, effective po ba yun for the vast population? And how can we improve mental health through diet?
Okay, so let's first address yung mga fad diets and any other diet na kumakalat. So una sa lahat kasi 'di ba, as dietitians, we are aware na merong mga diet na intentional siya for something. Like for example, ketogenic diet, it is created in order to treat children with epilepsy. O kaya yung low carb diet, it is meant for people na talagang hirap i-control yung kanilang insulin resistance. So kaya nilelesser natin siya. So in short, itong mga diet na to, ginawa for those various reasons. But if ang aim mo is weight loss, parang pwede naman siya, pero again, depende sa case mo. So we have to perform assessment. Number one talaga yan sa dietitian, assessment. No one size fits all diet. So kung ano man diet na ginawa niya, it worked for them, edi good for them. Pero that doesn't mean it will work for you too. So syempre, we have to look at your anthropometric. Ano ba yung general data mo? Biochemical? Ano ba yung overall health status mo? Allowed ka ba or recommended ba for you ang low carb diet base sa results ng lab results mo? Clinical? Ano yung nakikitang manifestations na kailangan i-address lalo pa sa micronutrient na aspect? Then you have your dietary. So dietary, ano ba yung mga foods na kinakain mo and how do you switch to better food options na affordable, available, and accessible to you? And of course, you have to also look at their social economical status. Kung ano ba yung pinalaki nila. Same thing with your cultural aspect, religious aspect, lahat ng paniniwala nila while also growing up. So yun nga, again, hindi recommended na agad-agad tayong susunod sa diet na yon kasi syempre we may have our own free will pero syempre dapat educated din tayo kapag gumagawa tayo ng desisyon sa buhay natin, especially when it comes to our health. So yun nga, mga fad diets, it can be spotted through the red flags like crash diet siya. As in, very extreme calorie deficits yung ginagawa mo to the point na ginugutom mo na sarili mo. So, unti na lang, hihimatayin ka na, bigla ka na lang plaplakda dyan sa daan, or kaya manghihilo ka na sa sobrang gutom mo. So, that's one of the red flags ng fad diets, yung extreme calorie deficits. Another one is yung ine-eliminate nila yung certain food group. Or worse pa nga is dinidemonize pa nila. So, for example, dito, yung carbs, sinasabi nila, ay, masama yung carbs sa'yo, ganyan-ganyan, bawal yan, ganyan-ganyan. But again, as I've mentioned, wala namang bawal na pagkain. No food is bawal. So, depende lang yan sa quality and the quantity ng kinakain mo. So, another red flag is overconsumption naman ng isang food group lang or isang food item. So, sige, inalis mo na nga tong food group na to, pero sobrang dami naman ng kinakain mo, puro prito, puro matataba. So, ending yan, sure, na-control mo blood sugar mo, pero tumaas cholesterol mo. So, where is the balance, diba? So, ayun, kung ano man yung nakita nyong trendy diet, you can research, fine, do your research. But of course, kung may additional questions ka and if you think na gusto mo siyang gawin, consult first with us, registered nutritionist dietitian. Kasi baka mamaya, bakit mo ba pinipilit yung sarili mo sa hindi naman pala meant para sa'yo? Ayan, thank you.
Ayan, so, thank you so much. Sinabi na ni Coach Trixie yung mga red flags ng mga fad diet. So, tama. There are no good or bad foods, only good or bad diets. So, depende kung gaano mo kadalas ginagawa. Okay, so for example, nag-fail ka sa isang jowa, pero kung wala ka natututunan at ginagawa mo pa rin kung ano yung, parang wala ka man lang self-reflection. Ayan na, failure ka na talaga sa love. Kapag siguro nakalima ka na, tapos paulit-ulit na pareho. So with food naman, no good or bad foods, there are only good or bad diets. And what are the three elements of a diet? It's the food itself, the amount per serving na kinakain mo, and yung frequency of consumption, timing related. Now, intermittent fasting is for people siguro na hindi nila masyadong hawak yung yung type of food, 'di ba? In terms of like affordability, socioeconomic resources. So, baka din hindi rin nila parang kapag gusto mo i-improve yung diet mo, and if you know that these are the three factors of a diet, if you're coaching someone, i-probe mo siya ng maayos para alam mo saan ka aatake dahil may tatlong side yung diet. So, yun lang. Dahil hindi mo siya gusto na nagpa-fad diet, tailor fit mo yung papagawa mo and yun sa tatlong atake na yun. Dahil, estudyante yung kausap mo, hindi niya handle yung choices niya ng food. Diba? Kasi kumakain siya sa bahay, kumakain siya sa co-op, sa dorm, sa LB. Diba? So, kumbaga, minsan, dun ka mauuna sa timing and frequency ng pagkain. Pwede. Okay.
All right. Thank you po for those answers. Now, for our last question, just to wrap everything up, since marami po tayong audience members who are also nutrition students, what one thing po can you tell our audience na sa tingin niyo po magagamit namin in the future as future nutritionist dietitians?
Okay, so siguro in terms sa pagiging professional dietitian, number one is syempre prioritize yourself. Hindi naman all the time is dapat binibigay mo yung sarili mo sa patients mo, sa clients mo. Syempre, there will be setbacks, you will be experiencing yung parang hardships. Sa internship mo, mararanasan mo na parang pinapagalitan ka ng supervisor mo. And there will be also times na kapag nag-work ka na, mas malala yung pressure. Parang sasabihin niya sa'yo, oh, dietitian ka, bakit hindi mo alam yan? So parang, di ba, nakaka-hurt ng pride. Lalo kapag kakapasa mo ng boards, ayan. So parang, nakaka-pressure siya. Yeah. Pero syempre, there's nothing wrong naman with admitting na hindi ko alam yan eh. But syempre, porket di mo alam, the next thing you will do is alamin mo, 'di ba? But then syempre, prioritize yourself din. Na not all the time ang passion mo is para lang sa patient or sa client. So syempre, you should also take the time to invest on yourself din. Ayan. So, yun nga, ang motto ko dati nung estudyante ako kasi, syempre, we also experience these kinds of negative things from other people. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, they may break me, they may break my body, my my soul, my spirit, pero hindi nila mabibreak yung passion ko para sa gusto kong gawin. Ayun.
Sa akin naman, being a nutrition student, alam nyo na madaming pwedeng puntahan. Like, right? You may be treating this as a pre-med. Pwedeng research. Okay, marami akong batchmates na nag-med school. Ayoko kasi ng usapang palliative tsaka usapang, yung parang talaga may sakit na siya tsaka mo siya kakausapin. Mas gusto ko yung before, kausapin kita before. So, pwede yun. Like, really have to get to know yourself. Kasi ang daming pwedeng puntahan. Like, meron din akong batchmate na nagkuha siya ng scholarships. Gusto niya sports nutrition scholarship. Hello naman sa Pilipinas, wala namang gamit para mag-measure ng oxygen yun. Para, wala, di ba? Wala tayong gamit. So, sa University of Illinois, si Bel Martinez, nag-ano siya. Ngayon, nasa, parang ganun, scholarship, PhD naman. Pero, yun yung gusto niya eh. So, gusto niya maging part of the academe. Pwede ka nasa food and beverage. Pwede ka nasa nutrition policy. You can go into politics. Start ka, DOST, FNRI, NNC. Diba, mag-lobby ka ng real change. Kasi walang real change kung gusto mo ng national change. Kung hindi siya aabot sa policy level. Hindi mo makukuha. So, kung gusto mo na gano'n, into politics ka, sige, mag-MS ka, PhD, tapos itakbo mo dyan. So, mamili ka talaga kung anong gusto mo. And, yun nga, main character energy, guys. Sobrang, as a 30-year-old now, I can say this na, lalo na kunyari, kung religious ka or spiritual ka, God just wants you to choose what's best for you. Diba? God wants you to put yourself first because you're here for a reason. Hindi naman, Trixie, nandito ka para maging proud yung parents mo sa'yo. Hindi naman ganun eh. Like, Denver is here because he has his own path. Althea is here because she has her own path. So make sure you know yourself para alam mo kung saan mo dadalhin. So, ikaw yung niche. So, yun yung ending ko. Okay? So, instead na maghahanap ka ng niche, what if ikaw yung niche? And dahil you know yourself, you really value how worthy you are as a person, how worthy your insights are, na you're a person na alam mo yung deserve mo, ano yung choices mo. And then, you bring the best of yourself sa labas. You bring the best of yourself sa labas and dun mo malalaman yung path na para sa'yo eh. Kasi mag-a-align lahat eh. Kasi kunyari nakita, nag-talk si Trixie. Sabi niya, gusto ko maging parang si Trixie, R&D. Gusto ko parang maging si Julian, R&D. If you start your life wanting to be someone else, ma-attract mo yung path, ma-attract mo yung opportunities na hindi para sa'yo. And then you'll think life sucks. Life would suck. Kunyari, ako si Julian, tapos kunyari, gusto ko maging si Coach Trixie. So, ma-attract ko yung mga para kay Coach Trixie. Pero hindi, si Julian ako eh. And now, I can't, kunyari, hindi ako makakope sa mga ginagawa ni Trixie, sa mga opportunities na na-attract ko na-attract nung Trixie Julian. Diba? So, life would suck. Ayoko na, madidepress ako, anxious ako. Why? Because we're trying to be other people. Ikaw yung niche. So, kahit saan mo dalhin yung course mo, na nutritionist dietitian, it's just an element of you. Parang yung sa diet, may 3 elements siya. So si Althea, ito lang, okay. I'm still Althea with a nutrition degree. And I'm this, and this, and this. You know yourself so well na main character ka talaga ng buhay mo. Ayun lang. Huwag na kayong mag-compare ng sarili nyo. Wala siyang patutunguhan. And you are worthy of your own path and choices. Thank you, everybody. Yun lang.
Wow, I love that. Thank you po. Sobrang dami naming nabaong quotable quotes from both of our coaches. So thank you po. But I'm afraid that's all the time we have for now for your questions. Thank you so much to our audience for actively participating in our Q&A portion and for sending your wonderful questions na I'm sure many of us were also curious as well.
Yeah, and so we would also like to sincerely thank Miss Malong and Miss Huertes for your invaluable answers to our live audience. and for the time and effort to generously share your knowledge about nutrition with us today. What we have learned today will definitely leave a mark on our hearts and minds as we continue on with our busy lives, remembering to always be mindful of what and why we eat.
Yes, and with that, we would like to present certificates of appreciation to our speakers as a token of gratitude for spending this Saturday afternoon with us. May we call on our Pan Alpha president, Mr. David Onking, to read the citation.
Ayun. Okay, so in behalf of the Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Chapter, we proudly present this certificate of appreciation to Miss Beatrice Joyce Fuertes, RND, for imparting their invaluable knowledge as a resource speaker during NutriTalk 2023, To Eat or Not to Eat, a webinar on healthy eating and nutritional psychology. Given this 11th day of November 23, signed by co-heads Andy and Therese, VP for Records and Communications, Gawani Yangot, me as Pan Alpha President, and our advisor, Ms. Kisses D. Itlio. So we would like to invite for a short picture taking with Miss Beatrice Joy, Miss Trixie. Okay. Okay. Sino mag-ano? Yes.
We'll count na lang po for the picture. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay na po. Thank you.
Thank you po. Okay. And for our second speaker, we also would like to present our certificate of appreciation in behalf of Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Chapter to Miss Julian Stephanie Malong, R&D, ACACPT, and NLPP for imparting their invaluable knowledge as a resource speaker during NutriTalk 2023, To Eat or Not to Eat, a webinar on healthy eating and nutritional psychology. Given this 11th day of November 2023, signed by project co-heads Andy and Therese, VP for Records and Communications, Gawani Yangot, David Ongking, Pan Alpha President, and our Pan Alpha advisor, Ms. Kisses D. So we would like to have a short picture taking with you, ma'am.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much po.
Ayan,
All
so
right,
thank you again, David, and our lovely speakers, Miss Julian and Miss Beatrice, for being with us today. So may we ask for a quick photo op with our speakers and our whole audience in this Zoom call.
Hey, show us your beautiful smiles, everyone. The pictures that are taken this afternoon will be used for documentation purposes and will be posted on our official Facebook page.
Ayan, nakikita na natin sino yung mga kasama natin in
Oh,
our
fresh.
today's fresh na mga tao. Akala mo hindi 2 hours na kinig. Yes.
Parang may mga nasa football field pa.
Parang may mga nagka-class pa ngayon, no? Grabe yung dedication talaga ng ating mga students para lang makinig sa webinar natin today.
Okay, I think we're ready.
Ayan, first page muna. So, pause guys. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Ayan, next page naman. Ayan, 1, 2, 3. Meron pa ba? Okay, I think it's okay na. Thank you.
Yay!
Yan, thank you everyone. And so now shown on your screen is the QR code. Nasaan na yung QR code natin? Ayan, so now shown on your screen is the QR code for the evaluation forms for today's event. So please take a screenshot of this or scan it before it is taken down, and note that the form will only be open until noontime tomorrow. Once you fill this form up, you can claim your e-certificate of attendance, and please give our team at least 1 week to send your e-certificates. So scan nyo na guys para makuha nyo na yung e-certificates. Yeah, let us know what you guys think for today's event. So don't
Yes.
forget again to follow and subscribe to our speakers for today if gusto nyo pa mag-follow ng content nila and to get to know more about them.
Yes, that's right, Denver. So, as we near the end of today's webinar, may we call on Ms. Therese Hermo, co-head of NutriTalk 2023, to give the closing remarks.
Thank you, Thea. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all doing well and enjoy the program. Before we formally end today's event, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our distinguished speakers, Ms. Beatriz Fuertes and Ms. Julian Malong, for taking time out of their busy schedules to share some of their knowledge and wisdom with us regarding the connection between nutrition and mental health. This topic is very timely as we are all doing our best to make wise food decisions even in the midst of our busy schedules. That being said, we are grateful to have learned from Ms. Fuertes that taking small, actionable steps can help us stay disciplined and consistent in working towards our health goals. Additionally, Ms. Malong's advice about being kind to ourselves by employing healthy coping strategies was also very helpful. Their invaluable insights regarding nutritional psychology are definitely ones that we will keep in mind and try to apply in our daily lives. I would also like to congratulate the Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Chapter and the ad hoc team for conducting this successful webinar. Thank you to my fellow co-head, Andy Sarmiento, to our hosts, Thea and Denver, to our executive committee officers, particularly David and Jeff for their guidance, the academics and research, internals and externals committee, to our finance, marketing, publications officers, as well as the records and communications team. Your diligent efforts and input throughout the entire process have made this all possible. Thank you also to the logistics team, specifically Marielle, for ensuring that everything runs smoothly. Similarly, I would like to extend our gratitude to Pan Alpha's advisor, Ms. Kirsten Itlillon, our department chairperson, Dr. Mirna Benita Luna, and our home college OIC, Dr. Maria Patricia Azanza, for letting us do our mission as an organization. Above all, I would like to thank all those who joined us today, whether it was via Zoom or Facebook Live. We hope you were able to take away something valuable and now know how to answer the question, to eat or not to eat. Thank you and hope everyone has a great rest of their day.
Thank you, Therese, again, and to the whole team for making this event possible.
Yes, and of course, on behalf of the Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Chapter, thank you once again to our speakers and our audience for taking the time to join us in this year's NutriTalk. We hope you enjoyed and learned just as much as we did this afternoon.
To know more about nutrition-related information, you can like our official Facebook page, Philippine Association of Nutrition Alpha Chapter. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at PanAlpha. And we are also on TikTok at panalpha.upd. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, PanAlpha. Once again, I am Denver.
And I am Saya, and we've been your hosts for Pan Alpha's NutriTalk 2023 entitled To Eat or Not to Eat, a webinar on healthy eating and nutritional psychology. Thank you all
Thank you
very
all
much.
very much and have a
Happy
happy weekend,
weekend.
everyone.